Actually, not a lot of ground per se, but a lot of material.
There was a lot of individual things that
Yeah.
happened. A
Yeah.
lot of individual conversations. I don't know if I remember some of them well enough.
I'm fine if we do a little bit of popcorn volunteer recap, since you are right, it is pretty
I mean,
independent.
probably the biggest, like, holy shit plot line that ran through, considering it was a complete plot line as it currently stands, is Ulvius's shit. It's holy
Yeah.
shit.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Ulvius introduced a problem and resolved the problem before most of the rest of us ever knew it existed.
Hold up. Ulvius did not introduce the problem. We found the problem.
Well, okay, it's that Ulvius
Ulvius did
introduced
not
it.
put that guy here.
No,
That guy was
he didn't.
here.
Ulvius could have just ignored him, but Ulvius had to clean up. Ulvius had to fix the situation, and fix it Ulvius did. Beyond that, it was so there was that, which I don't know that I fully remember what your issue with him was. I know the broad strokes, but I don't want to like do it.
We had history. I don't remember what. I think it all came out in the session. We had history.
Yeah.
He gave me something to hold on to. He was part of a group that gave me something to hold on to. He indicated that the reason he was currently in trouble with whomever, right, was because of that thing, right? And Ulvius made the decision to sever that tie as completely as possible. Whether or not it's fixed, I think that's up for debate.
A very excellent point, actually.
Yeah, like we'll say that situation
Yeah,
has entered a new phase.
we've reached a benchmark for
Yeah.
better or for
A
worse.
chapter has closed, whatever that means.
Yeah, and I mean,
We
I
also-
think depending on what Torek has told people,
Nothing.
I think Torek is the only one who's aware of the fact that
Yep.
Ulvius straight up murdered this dude.
Yeah.
There is a neat 6 foot by 2 foot patch of earth somewhere out in the Feywilds.
We all also paired up with our various duel opponents. I'm the only one who has done, I should say, an official duel, because I was scrolling up and caught the fact that Max is like, wow, that Ulvius is the first person to fight a duel with someone. Not so much a duel, I guess, if you throw sand in their face first, but I think
It was a magical
still
duel
was
to the death.
one-on-one.
still 1-on-1. Mine was with Yikregrak, the crawling knight, I believe, who
Yes.
definitely doesn't serve a demon lord of cockroaches. But yeah, she was a chill hang, and I did win the duel, and we were witnessed by, I cannot remember the Fey lady.
Oh, you
She's
know what?
a
I need to get my list of Fae
court-
out.
a courtier.
She is the one lady you have yet encountered.
Yeah,
But I'll pull her name up in just a second.
she
And she was
invited me
staying
to
at
hang
the
out in a tavern.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
And Godric asked a big bear of a man to spend some one-on-one time with him.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna let you cover the bear man, because we
Volk Orsenson.
we vibed hard with the bear man, but nobody vibed harder than Godric with the bear man. A lot of matched energy. As far as ending my thing, because then the Inks thing, my thing ended with Finny tried to help us get out, but then got caught, distracted them, and then I came back to watch a lecture of Finny telling everybody about Myconids. So
Yeah.
I decided based off of looks alone that my opponent is a douche and he must be brought down a peg.
right.
Do you remember what his title was?
Caleb, the celestial blooded duelist, right?
Yes,
Okay,
nailed
cool.
it. Yeah,
Beautiful.
absolutely.
Varsity Jacket Pete.
Yeah.
Prep
Shout out.
Pete.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Also,
You said the same thing
absolutely a
twice.
character from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
It
You
is.
feel like it's Pete if his dad had lived and mom had died.
It's Pete if
It's
Pete had gone
Pete
to
his dad.
it's Pete if Pete had gone to Catholic school instead of being homeless, homeschool.
Oh, for the love of God. Oh, probably the file named Fey Names and Types is the one I'm
Yeah, that
looking
would
for,
help.
huh? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Please. I kind of just need it to work before we can start, so give me a second.
I do have a question about increasing our standing.
Yes.
The more flashy, the more likely it'll increase it higher, right? It's not just about necessarily like who wins.
Depends.
There's a little bit of column A and column B. You get points towards your win for being flashy, but if you
Uh-huh.
fail, you'll still lose more points.
Mm.
Um,
Also, there is that one rule of like you can't take a match that is so below you that you can just style on them, you know, because that's
Okay.
just dishonorable and you'll lose points for that, apparently. Which is how it should be.
yeah, it would be kind of shitty to go around just knocking around like pixie heads.
Look, it's the Feywilds. You never know.
Yeah, somebody's doing that. Nobody likes them for it, but somebody's doing that. Okay, will you work now? Please. No, you
God,
won't.
I gotta
Awesome.
remember how to play Druid.
Care about gotta get my dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some water before we start too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look for this in the background. Ugh. How annoying. Okay. So to start our session tonight, we've got the two on deck duels, Caleb and Gorvalk. Who would like to go first between Maggie, Doug? Who would like to go first?
I'll let you go, Maggie. I'm looking at food to order.
There you go. So just so you know, Maggie, Yikragrak was able to tell Haza a good place to go and duel. You also know that you have to leave
Mhm.
the arcade to duel. You get an opportunity to either be creative or maybe do some checks or other things to determine a place of security. Do you have a thought of how you would like to do that, or a place you would like to seek?
I'd like to try to talk to people and get an idea of like a secluded place I can go. So I want to just try to like persuade my way into figuring out a good spot.
Okay, I'm okay with you rolling persuasion for that. Okay. Some of the locals in this tavern are trying to because you have proclaimed your intent to make this duel in this tavern, and everyone is actually excited about it. There are people who are speculating about where you possibly could carve out a niche, and one fella mentions that he's aware of a grove to the north some that has a like stream running through it that occasionally has some like biting fish creatures within, and he saw some people dueling out there once, getting mauled when one of them fell into the creek. What was that?
Sounds fantastic. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And he'll saunter off and inform Gorvalk of the a nice spot by a river that I heard about. Quiet spot by a river.
I'll ask you if you would like to duel today, then, and proceed there immediately.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think he's a pretty one-tracked mind kind of guy.
Okay. Does he? Do you want to bring anyone along, or do anything prior to leaving?
If anyone's around, and I would look to invite Haza or Inks, though they are also potentially busy.
Okay, I think that the
just
both of
'cause
them. Inks has really filled her time for the day. She's probably
Yeah.
busy.
And then if our new Fearbulk friend that I'm reminding myself the name of, that's Finny. Is Vi here? Did you step away?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, great. I think Godric will come up and just Finny. If you're not too busy, I could really use somebody who might witness for me, or just in case I fall into this river and get devoured by fey fish. Someone should know about that. Would you be up for a walk in the woods?
Sure. Since my last one got interrupted by a lesson in mycology, but yes, sure. I can try and make it out of this place.
Okay. The three of you begin to exit the arcade. You have the opportunity to stealth per the roll, or per the pass without trace.
Finny's gonna try at least to be a little sneakier than last time.
I think Gorvalk will also make this attempt.
Whoa.
Well, I don't.
Ooh, Bearfolk stealthy.
Good. I'm not used to this armor. It's a lot more restricting than the stuff I was wearing before.
That brings you to a 14. What was my? Okay. Godric, you are stopped at the north gate by a guard that firmly reminds you of the laws against dueling. You've succeeded in your intimidation check earlier, and because it was intimidation, I don't think he is going to enforce that you leave, but I think that there may be a necessary role to socially get away from this.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I don't think that I would intimidate this guy further. But maybe. So this is straight up a guard.
Hmm.
Okay, so I can't like invite him to come along.
If you make a very compelling argument, you might.
yeah, just invite the cop to come do drugs with you. They love it.
I mean, if you come along, then it would be sanctioned. No.
I mean, strange duel with 3 people, no?
Yeah, we're settling our differences with a battle of skill at the river. God, Godric can't lie. Fuck.
You're nailing it.
This dryad's eyes are at this point wide with concern.
We're all friends here. We're just heading down to the river. No one's gonna get hurt.
Okay. What check do you think that is?
Hell if I deception probably.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Finny can help.
That's so funny.
She is proficient in deception. so she
The
is
golden
going
boy
to
is not. So.
so she is going to say, yeah, like it's not a duel. We're just three people going for a walk by the river. It's nice out. We
Three
just came
people.
from the fucking winter court. That shit sucked. It was winter back there. It's spring here. This is great.
That's really funny. You can roll deception at advantage. Oh my god. I don't think that this person is precisely convinced of your
Mhm,
good intentions, but has realized that this is maybe not worth his time.
Sweet. That's what I wanted.
Good enough.
Yeah, there's a lot happening today for them. This is
You're
the
not
three
gonna have to
giants
like write
leaving
up
the arcade is
rubber.
good for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want us in here or out there?
Okay, let me get my dual rules here. So we will take 3 attacks, as many attacks as you are permitted per your action, and we can start. And you quickly learn Gorval gets 3 attacks. Jesus Christ. All right, so you can make your first attack, and I will as well. He is using his battle axe.
So I'm making 3 actions worth of attacks. So the first action.
In total, it will be 3 actions of attacks. We are doing our first action right now.
Okay.
Yep.
What if I wanted to like haste myself so that I can attack 3 times in the next 2 rounds, but that would mean I'd only attack once in this round.
You are allowed. So you are allowed to cast the spell. Oh, let me double check how I wanted to do.
If that's
these.
just a totally bad idea, I'll just roll some dice. That's fine.
It's not a bad idea, but it would be the action still. Yeah. What do you need, buddy? Yeah, sure. I'll handle that real quick while you're.
Well, I think I want to try to put trust in my armor class and spend my first action casting haste and then attacking once with my haste bonus.
Okay. Is that the contingent attack? The
I'm
attack.
using my natural action to cast haste, and then my second action that can only be used for specific things to attack once on the same turn.
Right. I feel like I have to ask this question a lot. Is that specified attack? Does it require that you've already used the attack action to use it? Okay. All right. I always have to double check because I don't remember. And one of the spells is specific about this.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Okay.
I think that's a fighter thing. I believe they're a fighter thing that does that.
I think you are right. That it's like a racial ability. The attack can only be used to take the attack, or the action. Oh, can only. Okay. The action can be used only to take the attack. One weapon attack only. Okay. All right. You're good.
Thank you. Why did I was like, okay, I don't need my spell sheet up anymore. Close it.
Okay. In this first round, as you pace yourselves against this river, it is cold near the water. You can see the reflectance of something shimmering beneath the surface amongst the pebbles. But you draw your feet within the greenery and charge the giant bear man, who rolls his shoulders into a fury and brings his weapon down with shocking speed. His rolls were an 11, a natural 20, and an 11, and your 15 also hit.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you each, let's see, take the damage from the attack. The natural 20 would hit you for a total of 8 slashing damage.
Okay. Is the amount of damage I'm dealing do I need to be smiting this?
If you want to kill him,
No, I don't. Definitely
you
not.
gain points for contact.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to bring
That's what I
someone
needed
down.
to know. That's what I
Okay.
needed to know. Is this a knock him to the ground, or is this skillfully attack?
Skillful attack.
Okay.
Yep. You get the points for accuracy, essentially.
Okay, then yeah, I'll roll my damage, but without anything extra.
That is
Right.
why Finny is not participating in any of these duels.
All right. Do-do-do. All right. That your glowing blade cuts into him. Are you keeping your shield?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a bonus action to activate.
Mhm.
So I'm counting that I have my shield and the haste, so that means my AC is a 22.
Okay, excellent. So your shield weaves around to batter back his incoming more reckless swings, but that one natural 20 is pretty brutal. Next round.
Should I roll a haste check, concentration check?
I think you must.
I think so too. Okay.
Yep. You can see that he is also like eyeing the river. Would you make me an insight check?
Yeesh.
Okay. Yeah, you see that he's at least keeping some attention in that direction, but seems to have his
Yeah,
eyes
good.
on you.
That's great. That's smart. I mean, a good uh, battle person knows their surroundings. Something, I'm not paying attention. I'm worried about the fight.
All right. That means you get to make your next attack. He is going to attack you as well. But you notice with the battle axe in the one hand, he has another paw ready for what looks like an unarmed attack.
Okay.
All right. So you have the 24, 25, 25, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he has a 9 and a 21 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. And then with his bare paw, he is going to try to plant that upon your shield and shove the shield into you to knock you to the water. So I'll need you to make an opposed strength check.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Keeping it?
I don't have a choice.
Do
Oh,
you,
okay.
if I just got one for kind of summarizing, then I could give you one.
I don't want to take your only one.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure. If I fall in the water, I fall in the water. That's part of the game.
All right. You fall into the water.
Damn, it's part of the game.
It is part of the game.
I've been saying river. It is a creek.
Yeah.
You you hit the stones beneath, but then you
Mhm.
feel something surprisingly hot slice past you, and you feel burning on your skin. Um, we'll resolve that in your next round. So you are effectively for this round prone. So what were the effects of prone in this instance?
Mm,
So you'll be making whatever checks you have at disadvantage for this round.
Okay.
But I think because it is in the water and because of how weird water mechanics get, I don't think that this is going to grant Gorvalk advantage against you.
Okay. That's okay. So am I rolling more attacks now?
Yes, this is your
Okay.
third round. Yep.
3 of them at disadvantage.
hmm
Ooh.
Oh. Your glaive rises up through the water, battering back his battle axe and planting a firm strike through to his shoulder. And as it pierces twice, and he weighs down upon it, you feel him yield as he pulls back, not wanting to die of injury. You take 2 points for that. And he takes none for any of his attacks. None of them break your 24 or 22. And with that, the battle ends, but you can feel the water around you begin to quicken. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
How deep is the water?
Finny, you can probably see it probably gets to like 6 feet at its deepest. Godric's probably in 2 to 3 feet.
Uh, if the fight is like visibly ending,
hmm
uh, she can cast like mold earth underneath him, or the both of them, or one of them, if they're both in the water.
What's the space effect on that one?
5-foot cube.
All right, just pulling it up. You're thinking?
Thump. Yep. just Minecraft style, like getting out of the water.
All right. Godric, you feel for a second what is the cut of tiny blades slicing over your skin, cutting just barely enough to cause you to like bleed into the water before the dirt under you rises with a jolt and sort of like shakes you out of the out of the creek. Um, and you see more of that like silvery reflective something or other darting away and downstream.
Oh.
Finny claps.
You hear another clapping in the tree line. You hear two very, it sounds like very tiny hands applauding, 2 sets of tiny
Shh.
hands.
He stops.
I will hop down from the block of earth and head over to Gorvalk and give him the big forearm to forearm grasp and do a lay on hands and just. I'm sure I've done at least 60 damage, so there you go.
You lean into his whole body and you clap him on the back to heal that piercing wound.
The bro hug, and he feels 60 points better.
That's good. He was raging, but that still hurt pretty bad. All right. He says, "You fought well. I will find another who may satisfy my. I think I need to rest." He breathes heavily as he just kind of gushes blood. You have handily defeated him.
Wonderful. I also congratulate him on a fight well fought and for using the environment to his advantage. Make some comment about, but I'm actually left-handed.
You see a one of the small dragons with the lit chests flutters to one of the boughs of a tree nearby, puffs up its chest and sort of illuminates a little bit, but then sort of settles on the branch to watch you. It seems very amused.
I just nod and start heading back towards the arcade. Yes.
Okay.
Hit my halo.
You hear the two tiny pairs of hands clapping again in the trees.
Can Finny what was the range of my freaking telepathy?
Excellent question.
60 feet? 60 feet. Yeah,
Okay.
she'll sort of get a little closer to the tiny dragon and reach out with her spores and say, who are you?
Hello.
Oh, you talk. Hey.
In the vague telepathy, it's kind of impressionistic, but yeah.
Does it give me any impression of what it is?
Yes, yeah. It puffs its chest further, it illuminates, and you have the visual of like a caged lantern. The name of this creature is simply a lantern dragonet.
Pretty.
Do you want to make me a nature check?
Yeah, I'd love to. Doing druid shit.
Yeah,
Holy
Hey.
hell. Let's go.
yeah.
Druid shit. Druid shit.
The lantern dragonets are common in are commonly known Seelie Fae in the Feywild. They are directly pets of Titania. They were a gift to her some eons ago. They are gentle messengers. Generally, they are gossips, and they also bear light. Literally, they keep the arcade illuminated after the sun dims.
And who are you going to be gossiping to?
You get a little sense of an internal giggle, and then the idea anyone who will listen.
I'm not sure that's a good idea, but maybe someone important that wouldn't think about this as a bad thing, but more as an entertaining story.
You see an image briefly of a fayish woman with incredibly gray toned skin and white and gray hair. She sits amongst sisters who all look akin to her. Very bony creatures. Um, uh, uh, Eerily so, and under their hair you catch glints of their dark eyes, and the fact that there appear to be more than two of them on each of these women. They are clicking together knitting needles made of bone and steel, and are knitting together a very large piece of black fabric.
You really think they'd enjoy something like this kind of story?
The dragonet chirps excitedly.
Okay. She shrugs and goes to follow Godric. I feel like I'll be seeing you around then.
It jumps up to another bough before flying off in a different direction. Ink, so you hear? Oh, go on. Well, yeah.
No, just oh boy.
Ink, so you hear? I still be AFK. That's fine. We'll just say, Godric, when you return with Gorvalk and Finney to the arcade. Where you headed?
Um, I think I'd have an eye out for, any other returnees from duels, but otherwise just heading back to this building here that looks like I can get food in it.
Okay. All right, no problem. I think you would like catch the sight of Haze, Haza and Toric and Olvius.
I'd wave and point towards the place that looks like I can get food in it.
Okay. Inks, you're here.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready for your duel?
Oh God, hopefully.
Do you have an idea of where you'd like to go duel?
None whatsoever.
None. Okay. Um, you have a vibe you want to go for.
Hmm. Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Um, let's see. Caleb's been doing this for a while.
Mhm.
I think that let's see, where would he go?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to fight on his turf.
Okay.
Hey, Miles,
I
gotta be a little
think
quieter, please.
he suggests that he's going to suggest two options.
Mhm.
He says that he knows of a shrine that is fairly low traffic and would be unlikely to be seen. But he also offers that you could potentially duel near the road, which would have greater opportunity to be seen, but also then get caught. You have the potential to maybe win more prestige by going to the road.
No. Well, I mean, I definitely don't want to go to the shrine because religion. But now I'm afraid of the road. I'm gonna go for the road though.
Okay. All right.
Oh God, I hope I don't get caught.
Are you sneaking on your way out, or how are you planning on leaving the arcade?
Hmm. Um, I I'm planning on sneaking out for sure. Um,
You also could choose to sneak out yourself and just leave him to meet you there. And then if he doesn't make it, that's because he failed the check.
I definitely want to do that. Um,
Okay.
I'm
I
just
love.
seeing if there's like a spell that could help me do this.
Okay.
Because I do have the Voyager staff. I'm assuming Misty Step isn't going to be far enough to do that, right?
I feel like if you used it, I would count that as a resource expense, so you wouldn't have to
Mhm.
roll. You know.
The other option is Blink, and I think that's funnier.
Up to you.
Well, if I don't have to do it with Misty Step, I'll do Misty Step.
Okay. I'll let you use the charges for that.
Cool.
And you just tell him, "All right, I'll see you there," and just vanish.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Um, he is not able to get to you immediately as a result. So you find yourself on the side of the road, some, you know, few hundred yards from the arcade, like far enough away that you feel okay. But where you are seeing travelers on the occasion, take a few paces away from the road to make sure no high traffic is seen. And about half an hour, 45 minutes later, a sort of befuddled, uh, a little breathless, glowing soldier comes into the area and begins looking for you. Caleb, did you jump out at him or?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's gonna scare him. I'm not gonna make you have to roll for that.
Hell yeah. I find it funny. I'm afraid of getting caught, and yet I'm fighting a glowing man.
um, as he prepares his rapier and kind of talks you through like how to win a duel, right? Um, he does say that I am interested in speaking with you after this. Should we make it to the arcade and return with our freedom?
Ominous. I'm down.
He prepares his rapier, and if you are ready, we can do our first round of attacks.
Yep.
All right. He swings his
Does he go
rapier.
first? Do I go first, or is it at the same time?
Happens at the same time.
I don't know if this is gonna change what you're doing, but I'm casting Blur on myself for my first round.
All right. All right. You take your action to cause yourself. How does it look like when you blur? Have we talked about that?
I'm not certain, but
Mhm.
it's her using her tattoo that she got. It's not like any other origin, and
Right.
so I like to think it's kind of like she's moving, but there's like an after effect or after image of
Yes.
it. So it's kind of like difficult to see which one to hit specifically.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit displacer beast. A little bit.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Um, that's incredible because you can see he has a keen eye, and you know that his second attack would have cut right through you, but it cuts right through this mirrored illusion. I have a 14 and then a 25 reduced to a 15 to hit you.
Hell yeah. Good choice.
All right. All right. So the next round, no points awarded this round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, I'm going for all four.
Okay.
Hmm. Where are you? There we go. 2, 3, 4. Jesus, fuck that guy.
You once you have balanced yourself and you've seen how he moves, you go nuts. The staff is long enough in your hand that you're able to keep him at a solid distance while striking at all of his low joints, which he is not prepared for.
Fair.
He has high AC. You don't miss a single strike. Um, his rapier does get you with with a 21 to hit.
That's fair.
Okay, and that will deal 13 points of piercing and 7 points of cold.
Ooh. All right, let me get my
And then you can roll your damage for your attacks. Fuck.
in 1 second. We're not done. Damn.
Oh shit. Are you trying to kill it?
No, it's just when I use Flurry of Blows, I get to use that for free.
Okay, all right. I just need to. If you're trying to kill him, it's good for me to know.
No, no,
Like,
I want him to live.
you want to
With
remember
knowledge
this.
that I beat the ever loving shit out of
Who do you think Inks is? Ulvius?
him. He will remember this day.
You want him to live badly.
All right. All right. The final round. Oh wait. Blur is concentration. I'll need you to make a
It
con save
is.
for that attack.
Maggie.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Con save,
Yeah.
Yeah,
easy.
Easy.
bam. Sucker.
I think in this duel, which is a magical event,
Mhm.
this Constitution save is physically felt by the both of you.
Hmm.
Uh, I think that this artifact really likes being here. And is being used kind of for its intended purpose. Um, which is kind of fucked. Okay. um, final round. Final round.
Well, for that flurry of blows again. Mm. Mm. Ooh, not as good. Ah! All right, I'm gonna inspiration that last attack. Jesus, that was a bad round.
That's all right. You still hit him twice with the staff. He's able to get you. I have a 20 and a 16 for my 2 disadvantage attacks.
20, I'll do it.
Okay. It'll be 10 points of piercing and 5 points of cold.
I will.
All right. That
Bam.
means he's.
Bam and bam.
Ugh. I mean, you kick the snot out of him, and you do win that duel. And with a final sweep of the staff taking out both of his legs and him falling onto his back, you see him hold up his free hand as he achingly tries to roll up, and he holds. He surrenders.
I'll help him up.
Starting to think the offer I had for you might not be in need of. And he spits some blood.
Ooh, you okay? I will use a key point to hand of heal him.
To slap the shit out of him.
Well,
Healing.
it's not much, but
You feel your magic begin to move to him. And when it does so, you feel it physically, and you're used to it feeling very painful, like
Mm.
being sanguinated, having something drawn from you. But this time, in kind of the way that it can feel to have like blood returning to your limb,
Mm.
you kind of feel like this rush of warmth that quickly takes to him and leaves your skin still very heavily like blackened and pigmented, but instead of in sort of like sharp patches, the pigment has begun to melt, soften, and blend with some of the green in your tone a little bit.
I'll know.
Well fought. He looks around, and you can see that he can see something around. Why don't you make me a perception check?
Oh no, my worst stat. My worst skill. I
You're
never.
wisdom based.
I know, but I never roll good on perception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. You catch that there is glinting eyes in some of the underbrush, but you can't identify the figures behind it.
Mm.
Um,
He saw it too, right?
I think maybe, yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Uh, he looks down at you and he says, "I think allies of yours." And he
Oh.
takes a step back and starts walking backwards towards the arcade, not letting his eyes fall from this area.
Is it smart to go to the eyes? He said they're my friends, but he could be wrong. I think I'll linger for a second and wait for them to do something, and if nothing happens, then I'll just start heading back to.
You see them kind of
Mhm.
blink thoughtfully at you,
Mhm.
but they look even in the low light, it looks like they are scowling eyes.
Oh no. I'll head out.
All right. Give me a second to calculate what your guys' status increase is. The rest of you gather together and can commune to decide where you are spending your evenings. Put you in the middle. Everybody in the middle.
Yeah, I was being nice because I didn't even use stunning strike.
Yeah, you let him fight you. It was very
Yeah.
nice.
I thought about it. I was like, I feel like if I stunning strike, that'll be too much of a
Yeah,
bulldoze.
that's a pretty tough convince. Okay, I have your statuses increased. At the current level, you are at Haza and Inks and Godric. The three of you are able to see the lady Sora Minx and the gentleman Sir Ruhan, who were the courtiers that were bemused by the Myconid conversation, and Lady Sora Minx was the one who witnessed the cliffside encounter. So there is some of you who are able to see some of the more impressive Fae amongst your count at this point. Cody, you just got back. I've left you all to decide how your evenings following the duels will proceed.
I was invited to hang out with a lady, so that's what I'll be doing.
All right.
The name of which
That was sort of makes right.
Yeah.
Invited to hang out with a lady, and Ulvius will do the eyebrows thing.
yeah. And no. So what have you been up
Well,
to, by the way?
which one is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
Okay, the answer is a no, because it feels like it would be a really bad idea to do anything like that here in our current situation.
About what time is it?
Wait, what current situation?
I don't know, like Fey bullshit situation.
Oh, okay.
Sort of unspecifically not a good time for. I can't think of a euphemism.
Oh, so not a good time for a euphemism. Understood.
For reconnoitering. Yeah, let's go with that.
You're not going to euphemism her metaphor?
I like that one, and I'm gonna take that one. Thank you. So I wonder how long until we have to duel each other.
Mm.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if we keep dueling people and we run out of people, and it's like you gotta duel at somebody your level. If we all keep winning, then eventually we might be the only people on our level to duel. At least here.
Wouldn't that defeat the entire purpose? Because some people would, then lose stature, or only half of you would get stature, and then.
I mean, yeah, but I am wondering who would win in a fight between Inks and Godric.
Same.
Sort of an opposites matchup. Tall and strong versus small and bitey.
Say bitey.
Yep.
Only bite when
So,
necessary.
So in your mind, the opposite of strong is bitey?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope you know biting is
Why?
one of my better attacks.
I don't know other than like to swing something big and heavy effectively. The opposite of that does feel like a bite.
Not gonna lie, that feels really kind of demeaning to
Okay, so let me see your arm. I'll show you how weak this bite is.
to Inks having learned how to fight the way that Inks fights. Because I mean, maybe I missed. I don't think I've ever seen Inks bite in a fight. So
No,
No,
it's
she
more of
does.
like
No, she
a
does. Don't worry,
there's-
we've talked about it.
You probably missed it then.
okay.
Don't worry.
You know what, Inks? You deserve this for me insulting you. I hold an arm out.
Oh, hell yeah. What do I need to roll to bite the fuck out of him?
I mean, it's an attack. It's your unarmed attack. It's your monk weapon.
Hold on. Do I get advantage because she's holding it out?
Fuck
Yep.
yeah.
God damn it, where's my unarmed? Bare knuckle strike, there we go. Come on, big damage. Hey.
Blood.
Yeah, you sure do clamp down.
If you lift your
Kind of
arm,
harm.
she'll dangle.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, you are biting on. I like lift the arm up. As you're latched on, there's a brief moment where Haza makes eye contact and it starts to get dangerous as you continue to latch on.
All right, now Godric, hit him as hard as you can with that glaive.
God.
Hey,
Um,
just some friendly advice. You're gonna want to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Didn't hurt at
Well,
all.
I'm gonna set up the tea house, and I'll be spending the night there. Obviously, you all are welcome to spend the night there as well. In fact, it's probably not a bad idea. We get together in there at some point, shut the door, have a little conversation without concern of prying ears or eyes.
Very much agree.
Yes.
I will get to my feet, arm bleeding and like bruised all the fuck. I'll go ahead and yeah, you know I'm lying when I said it didn't hurt.
Yep.
Well, I have to go do some politicking. Just let me know where you do I need to be with you when you set the door up, or how does coming and going work?
Well, here's the trick. You don't necessarily have to be with me, right? But once I'm inside, I'm gonna make the portal to the tea house invisible. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to
Know
arrange
exactly
it,
where it is, yeah.
or we'll have to arrange a time for us to open that portal, or for me to make it visible again, so that you can come on in. How long do you think you'll be out?
Uh
How about this? I'll make it
No.
easy, right? I'll make it visible for 5 minutes every hour until you come on in.
Oh yeah, then if I miss it, I just walk
Right.
around and look.
Yeah.
Can you let me know approximately where?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going to set it up right now, so you'll see exactly where.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll
Just set it up in the tavern.
well, I mean, I'll probably just cast it in the square somewhere, and then once I go in, whoever's coming in can come in, and I'll just make the door invisible. Put that in chat.
That spell.
Beautiful. All right. I'm fine. I'm fine with you guys taking the time and effort to find an iconic enough place that you know where the invisible door is. And it won't be the case in like an emergency situation. Someone could run to the door and be let in, but
Mhm.
for the sake of you can sit around for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes waiting
Right.
for the door to open,
Mhm.
we won't sweat that too much mechanically
Right.
for now.
And I think what I'm going to do is actually, when I cast it, I'll set the door up against the wall of one of these buildings so that
Yeah.
when it's invisible, it's not just an invisible door in the middle of the, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like on a section of wall somewhere.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So like even if someone bumps into it, they'll think they're just bumping into the wall.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Cool.
As it's being set up, Hazel say, if we find it, I think before barging in, probably like what, 3 knocks, pause, then 1 knock.
Well, no, I mean the 6 of us are the only ones. Well, the 7 of us with Pecoreva, we're the only ones allowed in. So you can just
Oh.
walk right in.
Oh, great. Okay.
I mean, if it's invisible and you're comfortable knowing this is where the door is, you can knock on. It'll look like you're knocking on the wall to everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. But
The acoustics would be so weird for that
Yeah.
too, because
right.
it would look like you were knocking on the wall almost soundlessly, because most of the sound would be on the inside of the door.
Oh, you know what? I'll make this even. I'll make this even easier. One of the many valets that I have operating in the tea house will just keep watch on the inside of the door and come alert me when you or
Yeah,
any of the others arrive.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
you got a doorman.
Yeah, I've got this valet. His name is Ring.
Ah.
Look, Ring gets upgraded to like a major domo. It's a huge promotion for Ring.
Nice.
Okay. Hazel, you wanted to head to your appointment. Do you want to bring anyone with you, or does anyone want to come with?
I mean, I'd invite anyone who wants to, just making it known that like this is gonna be more of a trying to play the politics game kind of thing.
Oh, I should be very far away.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I got something else to do anyway.
Right. Torque, what are you doing? So I've got that.
I'm gonna go find some kids with guns. Torque,
hell
you
yeah.
need to-
Yeah, fuck yes.
Fuck yeah. All right. Okay.
Oh my god, how did I forget about the gun children? How could I?
I mean, to be fair, Torik's whole thing was kind of depressing because it went from kids with guns to, yeah, I'm a person that's basically a pet dog. Hey, do you want to beat me up? Like it was enough that Torik was like, man, this I'm good, thanks. I'm gonna go. Oh, my friend is getting attacked. I gotta go. Bye. Thank you, Ulvius.
All right. I'll put you in that direction, but I'll take. We'll follow Hazel to the.
Yeah.
All right. The appointment. All right. So the tea house that you come to, the tea house within the arcade, is, as you see, occupied with a lot of servants who are attending very small tables. Like, unlike the tavern, there is like a total of 3 parties within this smaller space. And it is very lovely. Now that it is not tea time, there is like wine and cheese and breads and things being set out, spreads and butters and jams, but nothing that feels heartier than something to just snack on while people who are within the chairs sit and gossip with one another. And you can see the folks in these chairs. You see the blue fey woman that that had made herself visible to you not long ago, as well as her companion, who is in barnacled armor. And then there is Caleb, the celestial blooded duelist, at their table as well. He's sort of.
How's he looking?
Oh, he he looks fucked up. He looks flushed, but he also looks like he's having a good time drinking and not like sour about how the duel went.
Got it. I mean, it's mostly like all the wounds might be healed, but psychologically, Inks did beat the brakes off of him.
I think he looks like that did happen to him,
Yeah.
but he is a duelist. This is part of the job.
And he
Like,
didn't
it's
get
almost-
like banished to the Shadow Realm or anything, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
When you enter, a servant lets you know that you are expected and takes you to the table, pulls the chair for you, and offers you a seat.
I will approach and kind of incline my head.
The knights who are at the table stand and bow. The lady nods her head to you and gestures for you to sit.
Yeah, still no words. I will like take my seat.
You come alone?
I invited my companions, but they have other hobbies.
You travel with companions. Any attendants?
Officially, at this moment, no.
She nods. Creatures
That
of your increasing stature may behoove yourselves to surround yourself with a crowd.
true, and generally I would, but this felt like perhaps your crowd, not mine.
She gives you a little smile and she says, thoughtful. As you sit, you are brought a goblet of warmed, like spiced wine. It is very aromatic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she says, I hail from waters of the river. I am of the river court. My companion, Sir Ruhan here, the, is, sorry, what is his title? Is a knight of the barnacle tree. We have been traveling from the eastern lands where there is much more water within the Fae, in an attempt to find something interesting, something that is beyond our own experiences, as far away from other Fae and other folk are. And as we have been here, we've come to learn several interesting truths of the people of Senelise and of the core of the Feywilds. And one of them is an understanding of how to trade power. You've seen that it is possible to exchange authority between us. I may grant you authority to see me. I may grant you even authority over parts of my own realm. And that is something that only I can grant. Likewise, travelers, folks from the material plane, or even folks not, and she looks more directly at you for a moment, may offer folks such as myself, or any number of duelists, arcanists, or wraith, the opportunity to see something that they could never otherwise see. She holds out her hand and allows a bit of blue arcane lightning to arc between her fingers. Um, uh, and and she says, I have within my power to grant energy, force, to anyone I wish. I understand you have a similar power exchange. So, to who you have sworn your sword to is not yet certain. To any courtier of my station or above, we cannot tell upon you whose sword you wield. She's kind of giving you this information as
Mhm.
kind of a guarded warning.
Yeah. I
She,
understand also that to exchange power such as you are offering is a bargain. That
she
is,
nods.
nothing is free.
Many of us, and she lists her head over to the to Sir Ruhan and says, "Find an exchange of power for our own entertainment, valuable on its own. I'd like to offer to you, or to any of your, you said not attendants, your companions, the opportunity to either increase their power through myself, or increase their realm of influence by sacrifice of power." She's presenting an option where you can, for a period of time, sacrifice a spell slot of your choice in exchange for an increase of status. Or she will happily take some of your status and give you a spell slot. And this is a standing offer to anyone within your party. It would be required at least until you introduced anyone to her that you'd be with them. Like, as long as they know who she is, as long as the relationship gets made, she will make this deal with anyone in your party.
So that I understand the terms correctly, how long in duration is the provisional exchange you offer?
30 days.
And is the status commensurate with the level of magic provided?
I should make it worth your while.
May I ask you a question?
You may state a question, and if I am capable of answering it in a satisfactory way, I shall.
A nod. Were you aware of who I am prior to seeing me duel? You speak of knowledge about me or rather general knowledge about me.
In so much as I can see there is something of you that others would also see of value. You have not made a name for yourself here, as many have. With those names come legends, and those legends become core to the history, the world of the Fae. What are you now?
I don't truly know the answer to that particular question. My reflex is to say a friend, but some of my companions would call that stupid. My other reflex is to say a hero, but there isn't anything directly heroic about what I'm currently doing.
Sounds as if you have much to determine before you find yourself at the feet of the Summer Queen.
I smile, take like it starts as a sip and then turns into like a bigger gulp as I say, I appreciate, I suppose, your vote of confidence on my chances of getting to the Summer Queen's feet, I suppose.
I have a reputation as being somewhat of a gambler in the arcade. I like a wild card.
Then perhaps not a true bargain because nothing will be sworn, but if I'm something to bet on, that is something you will benefit off of if I am the victor, I suppose. You could point me in the direction of people to duel or things to do.
She smiles and she says, "What you do to claim status should be of your own choice. You may
I
find that there are some who can grant you the authority you wish, but through means you may not like."
I kind of smile into the cup as I shrug, and the kind of like practiced face drops for a second as I had to try.
I wish you all the best with your roachling companion and whatever may entail after your frightfully entertaining encounter on the cliffs. She raises her wine.
Yeah, I'll raise it up and say, we left on fairly good terms, though without a face or the appropriate body language, it's sort of hard to know.
I'd advise you to be wary of roachlings. They, as all Fae, serve their master.
May I ask one more, well, state one more question, and you may answer as you see fit.
Her eyebrows sort of raise in a funny little go on.
You are here, according to you at least, in pursuit of novelty. To see new things or to taste of new things. In the case of the bargain you offered, it is to presumably taste arcane, I suppose, influence that you have not had before.
She nods.
But you are not here for anything specific, or you are not seeking anyone or anything.
I have, presumably within me, hundreds upon hundreds of years to attain whatever I wish. And I will take my time to watch these little things scurry around stabbing each other for as long as it amuses me.
I will like that particular part kind of knocks Haza askew for a second. She's like, true. I suppose immortality does lend itself to that sort of thinking.
The barnacle knight opens his mouth for the first time, but seawater just falls out and you can't understand a thing he says.
I look to her for like, it feels rude to just completely disregard that he tried to talk. Like
She
look to
doesn't
her for
acknowledge it.
translation. Hmm. Well, I suppose I will leave it to you then. Do wish me to stay and socialize, or return to my friends and see if any of them are interested in your bargain?
You are free to do as you like. She does not make you feel unwelcome, but you
Mhm.
definitely feel that she will not miss you if you choose to leave.
Yeah, I will at least finish the drink then.
Yeah, grab a piece of cheese.
Yeah, like at this point, I think I'm also eyeing up like the other people in the room, especially
The
knife guy over there in the corner.
yeah, that's the Barnacle Knight.
Yeah.
He is pretty much like hands in lap, occasionally like trying to put food into his mouth, but
Yeah.
like there is just like seawater falling off of him.
Just seawater keeps coming out.
Not like leaking consistently, but it does look weirdly less comfortable.
That's a tough draw as far as failing shit goes. Yeah, at some point I will rise to my feet, uh incline my head, kind of waiting a moment for her to give official dismissal. I
He'll
know
do
this
so.
lady outranks me substantially.
Yeah. I think that she's so interested in you for the moment that she grants you her acknowledgement. Jesus Christ.
I will like bow, and as I bow, I will very softly pitch at the moment so only she could hear, just say, "The Twilight Guard sends its regards."
She definitely catches that. I won't make you make a roll. She
Uh-huh.
doesn't make it obvious, but you know she hears you.
Look, she didn't try to fuck me over. She didn't try to bullshit me, and also that is just has me like, well, I didn't just blurt it out at least.
I didn't shout it the first chance
Yeah.
I had.
I almost did, but I held it in. It just feels impolite for you to not know what I am. Yeah, I will return to the to the door.
Mhm.
There is probably a full like 30 seconds of just standing in front of where the door is, but that like
Oh, as you are headed out of this building and down the stairs, like you're headed towards the building and over the railing of these steps, Yikrak's hooded head like scales up to see you. And
hello.
Good evening.
I won't go all the way down the stairs. I just vault over the side to get next to her.
she lowers herself so she's closer to your height and you feel her legs bending under her.
Where are you resting tonight?
I have private lodgings with my companions.
I made you a nest.
You made me a nest.
Yes.
Where?
Did me the honor of dueling me. I have gifted you a nest.
Oh, I mean, I think it would certainly be rude to not at least see your nest.
She starts scurrying in a different like to lead you to.
Yeah, Haza, the second she turns her face, there's the brief flicker of Haza just fucking bewildered, like, what? Before the, like, changeling ripple goes over, back to just smooth it all out. Like, no, this is great. This is good. A nest.
I'll take you to the nest in a
Yeah,
moment.
do the gun children first, then we'll talk about the
Yeah, I'll
nest.
talk about the gun children.
Gonna hang out with Yigdrack in a nest.
All right, Torek, you are headed over to the Ravens, where you see Bright Spur trying desperately to recruit people who are walking by.
You, where do we go shoot something?
He's thrilled. He tells you that they have a
Tor-
range that
to
they
be
have set
clear,
up.
Torek does not look at all thrilled. Torek
Doesn't
looks
matter.
pissed.
This is
He's
like
so
community
excited.
service for Torek. Gonna go teach the youths about guns.
Sure. Yeah, that's totally what it is. Yep.
He explains that they have a range that they can take you to that is just outside of the arcade if you'll go with them.
Lead on.
All right. He and two of his companions take you just a little bit south and east of the longhouse. You can still see the arcade very clearly from where you are, but it is a cleared patch of the trees that has had trees taken down, and some like targets and like practice dummies set up, as well as like plenty of different kinds of practice weapons. You don't immediately see firearms, but you see like
I have
uh,
my gun. It's fine.
yeah, you see like horns of black powder at least set out in storage, invisible. Bright Spur gestures broadly. He says, "Welcome. Uh, it's good to have someone unfamiliar finally here."
Looking around, like how. I mean, I see the horns of powder and I see targets, but like how there's not a nice way to say this. Like, how crappy is this? Is this like a reasonable range, or is this like, hey, we're the only couple, like handful of people that even care? We kind of did what we could.
It feels a lot like the Tower Breakers place, where it's very well kept, but there's not a lot of material wealth to be found here.
Hey, what? Hold on. What are we looking at for targets and backdrop?
All right, we have this set up over here, and he takes you over to like a divided half of the or the trees. He shows you targets for long and short range. The longest range they have is about 100 feet. And then on the other divided half of the area is where they store the tools they have, as well as practice dummies that aren't for shooting, for like sword play and stuff.
I can work. All right, how are we doing this? 3 targets, different ranges, same targets, 1 target, far range, multiple hits. What do you want to do?
Well, we usually pick our firearms at the top, and then wow, wrong voice entirely. And we'll do 2 shots to close range, 1 shot to far range, and uh, uh, we'll. What I'm going to do for this, because it's going to be slightly different than dueling, like instead of trying to hit each other and beat each other's AC, you are trying to hit a higher 2-hit number. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But functionally, it'll be the same rules as the duels. I guess we don't need to do multiple shots. We can do 1 shot per round, and it still would shake out to the numbers, I think.
Okay, but the targets are already set up?
Mhm.
Okay.
Are you doing something?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Well, he said 2 short and then 1 long. Torque was just going to go 3 long.
Oh.
Blam, blam, blam.
Like, yeah.
That would definitely be to your advantage. All right. Let me pull up his. So what we'll do, I think for the
I'll do
things that I
short,
wrote
long,
down.
long. I will at least fire once at short range.
Hell yeah. Okay. We'll do that for the DC for each of these in order to not miss. We'll do 10 for short range, 15 for. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So if you want to do 2 long range, 1 short range, he'll meet you at that.
Oh no, I'm not actually going to say that. Torque's not saying that he's doing that. He's just
Oh.
he's gonna just start shooting in a second, and
Okay. Okay,
like
then I will.
once we're set up, it's just all right, good, go.
All right, excellent. Once the Ravens have set up their targets and you're lined up, they all jump out of the way. So I'll have you make 3 attacks. We'll have the first 2. They have to beat the DC 15, and then the last one will have DC 10. Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing the long range first. I thought it was 10,
I-
then 15, then 15.
That makes more sense.
Either
I don't know why
either
I. Yes, that makes more sense. All right. 23. And his is 16. So he hits the target, and you can see that he does clearly not as clean as you. All right, second shot.
Well, it's still 15, just not a good number.
He rolls an 18. You see that nearly his shot has ripped through yours.
Except we're
And-
firing at different targets at this shot, right? Because I'm going short, long, long.
In my head, I was weirdly picturing that Davy Crockett story of him shooting 2 bullets at once and him calling it a double bullseye, and that just befuddled my whole brain.
Now, Torek just starts shooting and just goes, "Stupid! Damn! Halfling!" And is just shooting.
Oh.
My God. After a second, and after the ringing in everyone's ears subsides, and Brightspur puts down his pistol, which he did hit with 20, so it's pretty good.
Hey, not bad for a pistol. Maybe I should have used a pistol.
He says, "Are we all right?"
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Hey, that's actually good shooting for a pistol. Hold on, let me try. I will pull out my pistol and make the same 3 shots. This time I will do 2 short shots, just the same as Brightspur did.
Sure
So,
thing.
short. We're gonna inspiration that one because I don't want to misfire. There we go.
Ooh.
Second short and then long.
God damn.
Damn.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
man, that is-
increasing your status.
Although he is like shaking out his wrist, like, oh man, that first one, that almost went bad. I've forgotten how it is to actually have to load powder. I've gotten so used to this musket. You should go buy Luskin at some point. They can like this thing, and then just sort of taps the musket. Doesn't actually require manual reloading. I could reload if I wanted to make some special rounds or something.
All of them are fascinated. No one is touching, obviously, but they're all trying very hard to take in as much visual information about this weapon as they possibly can.
I'll hold it out to Brightspur. You want to try it? 3 shots, same thing. No, I just held it out and said, "Why don't you try it?" Because I'm gonna snatch it back in a few seconds. Oh no, I gave away my joke. Yes, take the gun.
Lying is confusing. As he sets, as he
Lying, that was sarcasm.
as he prepares and readies himself, plants his feet, and you see him grin with enthusiasm at the feel of the arcane power rippling through the steel. And with the sonic explosion of it, he's just beaming.
Absolutely do.
Genius.
How well does he actually do with the musket?
Let's see. He does make the target, but he does not hit particularly well. Rolled a 10.
Not bad. You're a pretty good shot. I don't imagine there's a whole lot of instructors for this sort of thing out here.
No, we've only found black powder within our lifetimes. There are stories of folks who have brought it from the material plane, but often it is seen as unsportsmanlike, although the craft of it is, well, it is art on its own.
I can agree with that. Well, I hope you have a successful mission to make it to the Feathered Knights, but I think you could do better.
What do you mean?
I mean, there are whole regiments in the material plane for these things. If there's nobody here that actually, like, truly respects the art of firearms, then fuck these people. There's a bunch of people that do. Like I said, Luskin, make guns that don't even require black powder.
The
The
ravens who
loading
are here,
danger.
they kind of give each other looks in serious contemplation of this. They'll let you hang out with them for as long as you want.
Yeah, he'll hang out for a little bit, and then he's gonna go. He will excuse himself and go find that glade that he was told about last time. The one that I have his name written down. Sir Ingris the Red told him about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you hang out for a little while. You see these young folks act like young folks. They're not unsafe, but they are a little bit witless sometimes with their knives as they're playing. But when you get bored, you leave.
Yeah, once people are playing crazy with knives, Torik's like, yeah, okay, don't kill each other. I'm out.
And out to that nice little clearing that the hunter told you about. It's quiet and it is getting dark, so it's very peaceful.
He will take the time to relax, enjoy a dip in the pool, and then some prayer, and before he heads back to the wall.
All right. And just because we're almost getting everyone to the tea house, we'll clip back to the nest real quick with Yikragrak. Which she reveals under a like fabric tarp to be a pile of rubbish that is crawling with insects. That does look soft and mildewy and not smelly, but not clean.
Yeah, there's probably I gotta think of what the fuck to even say. I appreciate this gesture and the spirit it was given in. I will probably be staying with my companions mostly for, I suppose. Well, I don't have to tell you that the court, or here, such as it is not the safest place. I see you have made your nest defensible for that reason.
Yeah. These creatures cannot be trusted. They are more self-serving than us.
Although I suppose that while I'm here, we could sit for a moment and talk. Your nest being safe as it is.
She lifts the tent tarp up further for you to enter.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need to RP the whole thing, but I will like legitimately ask her like about where she came. Like, I've been given a warning. I know she said some things that were deeply concerning, like the Demon Roach King. Like, but there are other things she say that's like, well, like, right, Hazen doesn't know about hive mind shit, doesn't know what I know. So she's probably like trying to be like, yeah, what is your life like then? You know, like,
Yeah.
what exactly is it like then?
She explains to you that within the crawling court, it is of import to it is of import to crawl to the top, and that does mean deep isolation and being removed from her clan so that she can prove that she has the mettle to survive anything. And once she has demonstrated that she can do so on her own, she's, as a crawling knight, has authority within her realm. But
So this whole thing is essentially her interest is really just to her realm and the things that go on there. She's out here trying to prove that she is worthy of some kind of station
yes,
or to do the job.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that at least Haza can absolutely vibe with. The idea that like you have a thing you are serving, a thing you want to do, but to do it correctly you have to go do hard stuff.
Mhm.
Before Haza got her memories back, she wasn't aware that that's what she was doing. But now that she has her memories back, she's aware that that's all she's been doing. Not lost on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will. Since the other one was like 20-minute conversation, I'll spend like an hour or two just enjoying her. I mean, it's musty and weird in here, but
Yeah.
and she's deeply weird.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It feels like this is one of those gesture things. It's like
You
hospitality.
endured a couple
right?
of hours of discomfort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a problem.
Yeah.
I think Ygragrak's kind of cool, but I mean,
I will demonstrate to her my shape shifting abilities, just because I don't know that she has ever seen. Right? It's kind of like I
He
seen
thinks that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is foul.
Yeah.
She is not. I will say she is unkind in only her bluntness in describing how she thinks that is an abomination.
Yeah. I will inform her like I tend to stay as one shape because
That is natural.
yeah. But yeah, I'll just shoot the shit with Ygragak,
Hell yeah.
crawling knight of the Demon King of Cockroaches. A chill hang. In her fucking you described it explicitly as moldy and musty. Bundle of sticks with a tarp draped over the top of it. Good. This is good.
She describes to you her mission to crawl from the sewers to the stars, and she says that is the mantra of all crawling knights. That's your fun little extra bit of flavor for you for it.
Yeah, I fucking love I love that, and Haza absolutely fucking adores that. That's
That's
stunner of a
awesome.
line, yeah. To crawl from the sewers to the stars.
Now that's a mantra right there.
That's like that legitimately tickles the paladin part of Haza's brain. That's like, yes, abso-fucking-lutely. I love that for you. Do it.
Demon King of Roaches.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with maybe, some of the optics of what you're serving, but I love the fucking hustle. You want to go running tomorrow morning?
I think she would if you suggest that she could see you in the morning. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll come back. Okay, we're gonna run around a bit and just see some stuff. But it mostly means like running the whole time. This is like as I'm leaving, but like as I walk away, I turn around back. Hey, do you want to go running tomorrow? Yeah, running, Reed, me running, and a deep amount of scuttling.
I was literally going to describe her as like you're mostly seeing the blur of feet.
Oh
She's
yeah, no.
crawling over shit.
Fucking upsetting to look at for anyone who looks too closely. Real nightmare.
All right, we'll have the party congregate at the tea house.
I will
The ring will let everybody in.
I will lay out for everyone the pact. Exactly as it was given to me.
Okay. And we'll put a pin in this for now. We'll take our 15-minute break. And then we can meet when everyone's together for family dinner. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, I might give up a spell slot.
That's a funny gamble for you.
Yeah, as a warlock, it's not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I guess I also did forget to add. I'll type it into chat as well. I mentioned spell slots. She will also take HP, like max HP as well.
Interesting. Okay. So life or weave, basically.
Yes. All right, I will be back.
I wish I had more HP so I could trade HP for spell slots. It's a real warlock coup.
Hmm.
I mean, all of you could just chunk spell slots willy-nilly.
No,
Get so
actually,
fucking
I think
many
I
of them.
think I'm good. Actually, I cast too much shit. I think. You know, one of these days I should fucking cast Stone Skin. Oh no, that's fucking costs so much money. Bark Skin is the one that I was. Oh no, never mind. I have a higher AC than that. Oh no, I don't. Haha. Wait, what's my wild shape CR? We're level 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was the Is the last one CR of 1 or lower? That's the cap.
Yeah, unless you're a moon druid, your
Right.
wild
You're
shape
capped
doesn't
at.
really go out or go up a lot.
You can't get to dragon.
Well, that's not a. Oh, I guess you mean the like the Quetzalcoatl.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's one animal that it's not a
CR.
dragon, but it's like a drake like that's technically an animal.
Like a
That's the
wyvern?
that's the
That's
Quetzalcoatl.
a
Is it?
Quetzalcoatl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because wyverns are like monstrosities, right?
I think they're
Yeah.
dragons.
Are they?
No, I think wyverns are monstrosities.
Yeah, wyverns aren't related to dragons, I don't think.
I don't know why I know. Well, hold on. You're talking about
Yeah, type dragon.
yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm thinking
okay.
of manticores. Fucking I know.
Manticore.
Oh my god. She can turn into a giant hyena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring it back. It's a sang. That's a Curse of Strahd thing. Swarm of Kippers is CR1.
Yeah. You can be swarm.
Are able to meet together within Ulvius's tea house, maybe discuss what happened today and plans. And Haza has established the offer that Lady Soraminx has extended to all of you. I forgot to mention that she's also including HP as something that she's willing to take from you, like max HP, in exchange for status or even a spell slot.
How much
Yes.
max HP is the question.
I have a mechanic that lets you do up to. I'll look that up and I'll type it in chat. But you guys can discuss what you want to do.
Also, what is the conversion rate on spell slots? Because for some of us, we only got the few, and they're the biggest ones.
Yeah. Let's see. Gift of mind and let's see. Oh wait, no. Gift of the arcane and divine. The giver loses access to the slot. Receiver gains it in the. You choose a. You get to choose a specific spell from your own list, and then that slot can only be used to cast that spell by whoever receives it. The receiver must provide any components required for this. Let's see. Okay, I have to keep reading for that, but the max amount of HP you can drop is 25. And the most you can gain for status is going to be a total of 10, which is a lot, but that would be like everything you probably have access to. Like I'd have to think about how yours would work. I think if you gave up one of yours, it would be 10 points because of how. Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So what's everyone think?
Oh, I'm absolutely giving up a spell slot for status.
Call me superstitious, but I'm not going to have anything to do with it. And she pulls out like a little like iron like nut that she has tied on a necklace and like holds it.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, my my strength and my constitution, my ability to channel divinity, those are the things that win me glory. I will not give those up in order for a temporary status in a select location. I think I'll win my points on my own merit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not so sure what's so great about having the status anyway. Seems to me like there's some value in going unseen.
Well,
I-
you don't go unseen. You just don't see anybody, apparently.
I think it
But
is.
I mean, there's also the aspect of those that are much, much higher just don't give a flying rat's ass about what you've got to say or anything. So,
I mean, that's more the spirit of what Olvius was saying. It is useful to have people who there is no reason for them to be looked at.
mhm.
Sure, they can be seen, but so can people that pickpocket. It's just the not being seen for the small amount of window where it's useful.
Right. No, I am accustomed to that. That, for me, will not change.
I am considering it.
Well,
I mean,
as
you
long as
getting
some.
another.
I'm sorry, go for it, Godric.
I was just thinking about the way your magic works and getting another spell slot probably do you a lot of good.
No, I'm considering giving up magic.
Jeez,
For
well
status.
then I don't. I mean, if you think it's a good idea.
Well, listen, I think I've got some. Well, I know I've got some information to share. As long as people are considering what they do or don't want to give up and how much status they're concerned about, feel I need to share with all of you. Some of you may have noticed already. Some of you know some of this already, but that viol player that we saw out in the commons earlier, um, he and I have some history. His name is Harrison, and very long story made very short. That history came to a head, and I took him outside of town and I killed him.
Okay.
Now, I did that because he's in trouble. That's why he was playing that viol in the commons. Turns out, long time ago, he involved me in something related to that trouble. So I did what I did to sever that connection as best I could. Now, was it the smartest thing I've ever done? Well, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, it's done. I'm happy to tell y'all more about it, but I don't want to connect you any further than you already are.
Well, um, to- how how serious are the repercussions for knowing? Because while I don't want to be associated with it, we kind of are by proximity.
That's exactly why I'm having this conversation. I don't know.
Has anybody come searching for you in the past?
What I'm telling you right now is I think the best course of action for the five of you is to make a decision as to whether or not you care about being connected to this, because any of these questions that you're asking are just going to connect you further.
Do you want help?
Look, I have continued to travel with all of you because I like you and I consider you friends, and I am happy to help you with your endeavors. And should you so choose, and if it becomes necessary, which I don't know that it will, I would love to have your help. But once again, I'm not binding you to anything without your knowledge. I'm not doing to you what Arison did to me.
I mean, you kind of did already by murdering him. Because we've been traveling with you for so long, nobody's gonna not believe that we don't know anything about this, so...
That's not the same. He's asking us to choose whether we would give our word to him to make an agreement. Right now, we are just bystanders.
Yeah,
Would this fella
we're
deserve
not
what-
bystanders.
To agree with Torek, I don't think anybody who would be after such person as the Veal player or Ulvius would care to distinguish his company before firing upon us or capturing and torturing. That
They're
sort
going
of
to
thing.
assume that we know something because we have been traveling for so long with Ulvius and the things we've done.
All of those
I
things
mean-
you're saying, that's correct. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is a question of honor, of whether or not Ulvius, this guy, he deserved what you did to him.
I don't know if he deserved it, right? I know that in the moment, I thought it was the thing that guaranteed my safety.
Okay.
And to your point, Torek, it's exactly why we're having this conversation right now, is you don't know anything. And there is magic that can be used to determine whether or not you know anything. So, right. If right now, certainly, if it becomes that serious and you are apprehended and you are questioned, surely they will use both non-magical and magical means. At this moment, the magical means will verify that you know me, we've traveled together, you're aware that I had beef with this person, but what it's about, you've got no idea.
But that doesn't save us, because then we're still drawn into it. They're still going to kill us at that point, because we're another witness. We're a loose end, I think was the word you used to me. Do you think that they're going to just let us go after that?
Torek, I understand. What's done is done. What would you like me to do now?
Now? Well, I mean, whatever. Just next time? Because I don't doubt that there will be a next time. Maybe think first and, lean on us if you need to. Not like mob style lean on us, but like, all the things we've done together. All the ways and times that we have helped each other and that we're helping each other still. And yet you didn't feel like you could come to any of us for help?
I thought I was helping you. I thought I was severing this connection. I still think I'm helping and that I severed the connection. I think this
He's also
conversation
coming
is
to
me
us now.
helping you.
Well, I think something I would like personally is assurance that whether or not we consent to knowing anything further about you, it won't make us a loose end. Even if you tell us everything.
How can I consent to
You-
that? I'm not the one who thinks that you're a loose end.
He told us we're his friends.
Yes, but I mean, you killed the person for knowing about this, and that is your hesitation.
He killed
In
the
part.
person for doing this to him. Unless I'm misunderstanding.
Right. I didn't kill him for knowing about it. I can't. If I answer your question, I'm going to give you information that could get you killed.
We can already get killed, is my point.
Yes,
If
all
they
I want
capture
to
us
know
and
is
we know
from
nothing,
you.
they're going to kill us. They will
So-
capture us thinking that we know stuff, whether we do or not. Which means, whether we do or not know anything, they will try to capture us And if they do, they will kill us. So you telling us stuff doesn't change any of that.
Well,
I mean, I do appreciate you asking for it,
Torek,
but like,
I disagree with you, right? I think that there is a difference between being caught, right, saying you don't know anything, and them determining through magical means that you do and you're lying to them. I think that puts you in a worse situation than being caught saying you don't know anything and then magically being able to verify that you, in fact, don't know anything, right? I think in the latter situation, you're more likely to survive. That being said, I understand, right? I have put all of you in a bad position. I am not arguing that. What I am saying, right, is that if you want to know this information, I'm happy to tell you, right? It makes your situation worse. Whether or not you agree with me that you aren't likely to get killed if you don't know the information, clearly, I think we can all agree that if I tell you this information, right, that certainly makes your situation worse. Knowing this information makes your situation worse and gives you less avenues to get away should you get caught or should it be a problem. And to be honest with you, I don't know if it's that serious a problem. I really don't.
I've heard a lot of thems and theys. Do we know who the thems and theys are? Is this a threat that we can assess, that we can, or are we just afraid of what we don't know here? Because the way it is are we one group, or are we 5 or 6 or however many of us there is different people? Because if we're one group, then all of us knowing as much as we can about what's going on and why each other are doing things helps us all be stronger together as a team.
Yes, I agree that it will increase our chances if we of not getting caught in the first place if we're all up to speed.
Everyone who doesn't put their hand in the circle, what are you gonna do? Just
Walk out?
put your hands up and walk backwards when the next... No. If we're friends, we're friends.
that was sort of my entire argument. If we're friends, we could have helped. That's all I was trying to say. And since I still think there will be a next time, I just want to make sure that, hey, maybe you bring this to us before doing stuff
Well,
instead
so
of
we
making us
maybe make
accessories after the fact.
so we maybe can make a more informed decision. How likely is it to be a next time? Can you answer that?
No. I don't know who else is out
Didn't
there. I
expect
don't
you
know
to.
what else people have done. I mean, do you
Okay,
have people from your past that have wronged you?
That is complicated. But
Okay,
maybe...
great. So you understand it's complicated, right? Trying to ask
Yes.
for some assurance as to what's going to happen in the future is very difficult. I can't do that. What I can say, right, is that Torek is right. And in a perfect world, right, I would have had a cooler head and I would have used a little bit more logic and I would have come to all of you with this, but I saw red and I was afraid and I was
You
concerned
got
about
my
the
weasel killed. All right, I'm better now.
I'm real sorry
I'm
about
better.
that, Torek.
I accept your apology. I'm sorry for shouting.
Well, I think I'm with Godric on this one.
Are there any objections to me explaining why I did what I did?
Nope. I've been pretty much with you since I asked my question. I've just been letting other people express their piece, I should say.
All right. Well, that man's name was Harrison. And 25 years ago, he was in a small band of thieves that called themselves Masks Limitless Grasp. I was just a kid. I was barely 16. And I had this romantic notion of what a swashbuckling thief might be like. I, I went to the big city to try and find a group that would take me in, that I could be an apprentice. I found this group and they gave me an object and told me as my initiation, I had to hold on to it and keep it quiet, not tell anybody. If I was able to hold on to it without letting anybody know, well, then they'd get in contact with me and I'd be admitted into the group. So I took that box and I headed north. I headed as far north as I could go to Luskin. And I waited there. And I waited there for 25 years. And I'd never heard a peep from any of those scoundrels again until I saw Arison playing that viol in the common. And he told me that he was being forced to play here day after day. And the reason he was being forced to play here day after day is because of the item that he gave me. He wanted to know if I still had it. I lost my head over the 25 years that I lost. I lost my head when he asked me that question, thinking the only reason he'd ask me now is to sell me out. That's when I decided to kill him. Was it a good decision? I don't know. Did Arison deserve it? I don't know that either. As I said, I acted to protect myself and to protect you. But now with the cooler head and after talking with y'all, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I did. What I do know is as we walked out of town, I asked him about the contents of that box. And he said it contained ambrosia from the great tree of the Fae. That if aged properly, it can be turned into residuum. Which I immediately thought, well, that's ridiculous. I got pouches and pockets full of that residuum, so I can hand that over no problem. That's why I did what I did, and that's all I know. I'm sorry I got you all into this mess. Whew, feels good to get that off my chest. Who all wants some tea?
Thank you, Adam, for laying that out perfectly, by the way. You nailed every detail.
Thank you.
By the by, I'm probably gonna take up the deal, at least in some capacity, if only so I could see. It will draw a target to me, yes, but it will also let me see things coming.
Right.
As it stands, there's a number of things, even potentially related to what you just discussed with us, that could walk up next to us and we would not know they were there, depending on the level of power we're dealing with.
Well, one of the things you might want to ask is if they have to be your slots, can I buy status for you? Seems like status is better in your hands than in mine, but I've got.
I did not ask, but I suppose I will inquire. As an additional part to this bargain, she seems to desire novelty, or rather to value it highly. There's a sort of strange, I don't know, hedonism to it almost.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means or how that benefits us.
It doesn't, other than to say what the more different you are from her,
Mm.
The more she may be potentially interested in however it is that your arcane works.
Got it.
Her whole purpose for being here, her and the other representative from her court, is to see and do, well, not even to see, just to see and experience new things.
Mm.
Her interest in me was quite literally because she could see that I was in a unique position. So if you wanted to try to donate esteem to me, I don't see why she wouldn't accept that.
Who knows? She might
Same.
find that unique and novel as well. One person giving up arcane power for the sake of another.
But back to the you.
Hmm.
That's your magic, though.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I don't know how you gauge your magic, but it's not how much are you giving?
I don't know. We'd have to have a conversation about that. It's just an option. It seems like before we make any decisions, we got to find out if that's even a possibility.
I should also mention that anybody who wants to accept the deal simply needs to be in my presence. I have not declared any of you my retainers or attendants because that feels strange to do. But that does mean that it's not a given that you're with me.
As if you refer to me as your attendant, we will be fighting next.
Yeah, I figured that's why I haven't, and I probably won't.
Inks, thank you for saying it because I felt like if I said it, thank you.
Yes, I would have said it the same way, and I'm new here, so I didn't want to. How do you say it?
It's getting
Rock
hurtful.
the bed.
It's getting, the more of you that say it, the more hurtful. It wasn't hurtful to start with when it was Inks. With Toric, it's still not quite there. I don't know what impression I've left on you, but that does sting a little bit, Finny.
Well, to be
Why
clear,
should it sting?
I would gladly
This is
be
my
a page or some such assistant, but the Fey legalese makes
Yeah.
my
Look.
skin crawl.
Just
Okay,
to
you-
demonstrate that I have heard you all in the earlier part of this conversation. Given the trouble that I've already caused, if it makes your life easier to refer to me and introduce me as your attendant, I am happy to wear that moniker.
You specifically, not even a little, because I want you to be the Dirty Tricks one. And if I make you anything official, that means you're seen.
Understood.
You are very valuable as the pickpocket below the table.
Aw, I do feel seen.
Look, I've seen you more or less since 5 minutes after we met each other, Olvius.
Also, if you're looking to donate arcane power, Hayes is not the only one trying to climb the social ladder. I would just like to put that forward.
I extend the offer
fair.
to anyone who is interested.
Say, Olvius, I hate to bring it back to the more unpleasant business, but did you happen to know who got your old friend in trouble? Or who was
I
keeping
don't,
him?
and it's actually an open question to everyone. I mean, as you could probably have guessed, my baseline way of dealing with these types of situations is to just keep my mouth shut and move right along and pretend nothing ever happened. And if anyone asks, I don't know anything about it. However, right, as Torek has rightfully pointed out, I am not in this by myself. And so if we want to devise a way to figure out who this person is, I could go out into the commons tomorrow with the viol, right, and sit there and play it for as long as is necessary before whomever put him out there in the first place comes looking and says, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then we'll know who the person is.
Yeah,
or anything in between.
Yes.
I vote not that.
It would make your association very obvious, and you do not want to do that, or else you will be playing there for, you said 25 years?
Perhaps. I mean,
years.
yeah, it's been 25 years, but that's an assumption. We don't know that. I'm sure this person wronged the Fey entity that placed him out there, but this person also wronged me. And I'm not without rights in this situation either. Whether or not the Fey appreciate that, who knows? Not the Fey in general, but the Fey in question appreciate that.
Is there anything else you're willing to divulge about this mask, whatever outfit?
I mean, quite literally, I have told you everything that I knew, right? I was 16. I went to Baldur's Gate, right? I wanted to be a thief. I was a young, dumb kid. I wanted to be a thief. I went to shady bars. I found this group that identified as Mask's Limitless Grasp. They said they were a notorious thieving network, right? I mean, in I guess the only thing I can add is that in what little research I did maybe 10 years after the fact when I hadn't heard from them, the best I could find is that they were full of shit and it was 6 guys. Now, whether or not that's true, right? Even that I don't know. Maybe they covered their tracks. Maybe the network covered its tracks really well. I'm just saying I did. When I found them, I was told they were a notorious thieving network throughout the realm. I took this thing as initiation, thought I'd hear from them in weeks or months or maybe a year. Did nothing, right? About 10 years out, I decided maybe I should try and find something out. What I found out, whether it's right or not, right, is that it was just these 6 guys. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I made it clear. The only other thing that you should know is I do still have the box with this stuff in it.
Ah, yes, that is important. They also might be, to add to your conjecture, a actually big organization masquerading as just some 6 guys hawking a story. But we don't know.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm right
Good.
there with you. I don't know.
So, do you still have the box on your person, or is
Oh,
it
no.
like at home?
It is secure.
Somewhere locked up. Okay.
It is secure. If you'd like to know where it is, I'm happy to tell you all that information too.
For me, honestly, you don't have to. It is not
Obvious
presently a
looks around the
problem.
room. All right.
I don't
Well,
really think I need to know that. So
sounds like it sounds like that's one bit of knowledge everyone is more comfortable if they don't have. Understood.
Well, as you said, they have magical ways of convincing us to
Well,
talk. If
I
they
mean, I
ever-
hear you.
Potentially.
I hear you,
So-
Penny,
I
but
mean-
y'all are in it now.
I'm trying to
we-
be
we
polite.
are,
I
but-
want
makes
to.
it
I
better
want to
for
know.
all of us if only you know.
Yes, because
Honestly, I wanna
even
know
if we know all
everything.
this. Oh no.
Look,
We
I
don't
want to
know
know
where it is.
everything, but tactically, I don't think it's good to know everything.
All right.
I'll
Yes,
let
But I
anybody
really
roll
want
the
to know
history check.
everything.
Except Doug.
and me.
Come on, do
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Yeah, no.
What?
Yeah, no, I knew.
Guess you were gonna be that way? Fine. You can tell me later.
Understood.
Finny doesn't
gonna-
get to roll history checks things
Oh,
past
material.
day 1.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
So you plain
What?
shit happening past
What is
the
the
events of
history
day
check
1
for?
0.
If you've heard of
name
the
of the
thieving
guild.
organization, Masks Limitless
Well,
Grasp.
There's
Did
no
Max-
chance that Torek should have any reason to know who
Max?
that is.
You
Did
should
my
roll.
dad? Did my dad hear
I should-
hear about them?
I'll help you out. Don't worry.
Because I don't know how to parse a nat 20.
Oh no, don't. I mean, yes, your dad helped you with this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking to Cody when
No,
you said
everyone.
you should roll.
No,
I
you
thought
should
you were
roll
talking-
too. No, you're good.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good. Because the name of this guild rings to Torek as a little bit more archaic potentially than Ulvius might understand. This is the name of the guild, the masks
Masks Limitless Grasp.
limitless grasp. Lots of S's in there.
Yeah.
Masks Limitless Grasp was
Sneaky
the
S title.
yeah was the name of his most devout practicing worshippers in dark corners of the history for hundreds of years prior to his death. The guild more or less cannot exist without Mask being a living god, in so much as in the nature that it is like cult religion, but just a group of worshiping thieves who were divinely inspired. However, that is a very long dead name. That isn't a practice that exists, and the god has been dead for hundreds of years.
Oryx killed him.
So potentially does lend credence to either this is a deeply secretive organization or Ulvius did get fleeced.
Interest.
Well, what, if anything, do we want to do to figure out who Arison was in trouble with.
I mean, now that we have an in with the whatever her name was, the one that you made a deal to potentially trade power for power and influence, we can just skip a lot of this and maybe not have to be in town for much longer. Go and see her in the morrow and be off after we're done.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Unless anybody else wants to stay for any reason.
Also worth mentioning that I don't know, knowledge like that probably isn't exactly what this lady collects, but they just know stuff about stuff, and it feels like they know more stuff about stuff if you want to know about it. I don't know if that's like just the way they make it seem as part of the Fae bullshit thing, but you could probably try to get some information about that in terms of a trade if you thought that was worth it.
I will caution you by saying this, and it's a lesson you probably already know, but the more you say a name, the more it calls attention that you know it, especially in a place like this. So, perhaps not thinking or saying that name would be wise. Leave it till you're far away from the consequences. She smiles.
Well,
I mean, on a practical level, while we are not in here, it is worth mentioning that we are surrounded by people that we cannot see. So we've gotten lucky so far, but I don't know how long that will hold.
Well, that's what the deal for the influence is, no?
oh, great. So no telling how many people watched me kill this guy. Great, 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 great.
I mean, it was probably at least a few of those like weird tree dragons. I guess they're not tree dragons; they're just dragons that live in trees.
You mean the gossipy bunch?
Yes, the gossipy
what?
bunch.
The
Oh,
gossipy bunch.
The ones that
Haza.
make lights?
Yes, the literal gifts to Titania. Have you not heard this story? No, they're
What?
gossips.
Okay,
I-
you just
I-
knew
I-
that?
She's like wide-eyed looking at Haza. Yes, and I thought you did too. Again, it's
Okay,
like
hold
a
on.
baseline. It's Titania, for God's sake.
You have
Fuck.
spent more time in, I'm just gonna call it the Underfey, than I have spent in this bullshit. Okay, so I'm not familiar with all of the rules, or even most of them.
I mean,
But
they don't have them down there. I will tell you that much.
okay. Yeah, I mean, from everything I've been told, down there is a lot more sort of red of tooth and claw kind of energy.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing the hyenas digging into the pumpkins, and it's so cute. I'm going crazy. Sorry. Uh,
Happy Halloween.
eh, it's fine. I mean, the one that saw, goodness, who did I actually get out and see? It was Godric and the bear folk.
Who did I actually get to see?
Gorval.
Yeah, Orvald. Yeah, there was one there. Uh, you heard clapping too, didn't you, Godric?
Yeah, I heard that. The little fella up in the tree gave him a nod.
Oh no, that was the lantern dragon. They don't clap. I I think it was something else, but must have been a sprite or something. Anywho, yes. She shrugs. I don't think it's going to be any harm. Well,
It's all
nothing
the
to-
same. I mean, how is our status going to improve if no one's reporting our deeds to the people that it matters to? I guess.
exactly.
True, actually. In
Mhm.
terms of the sort of underhanded politicking, the gossips are just the best.
Oh, speaking of, I don't know if this means anything to any of you, but this is mostly for Haza. Are you familiar with silver-haired, about to very long, 4 black eyes, seamstress, sort of buggy, if I had to find a word, pale skin.
Do I need to roll to know if that rings a bell?
I'll let you roll to like
Yeah.
search through deep memory, but it's gonna be a pretty high DC.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll say like an 18 on an int based check.
Yeah.
Oop.
no.
Okay.
And I don't
No.
think Finny made a history check back when she got
I love that I know exactly who that is.
projection.
Mm,
But
Hazen doesn't.
I'll let you roll one. You can roll one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Okay. You recognize the presence of the Fate Spinners. The Gray Ladies, as they are commonly called in the Feywild. They are also gossips with your natural 20. They are also gossips, and they are a higher level than your auntie.
oh, wait. Never mind. I think I know exactly who that. What? Ooh, my.
I was about to say, yeah, didn't we meet one of those? But no, Jacob owes a favor to one of those.
Yes.
I was a pen pal with one of them, and then
Yeah.
a coworker for a bit with one of them as Noel. Noel has a deep love and hate relationship with them. They are factually the only reason why fucking Krullik is alive, so whatever. But
I don't
Noel
even
still
remember why I made the deal. So
That's funny. I don't either.
Yeah, Finny will explain a little bit about the Fate Spinners after she thinks and goes, "Oh shit, wait, wait, no, I totally was kind of just admiring how pretty the dragon was. Oh shit." Uh, so yeah, uh, the Fate Spinners. I guess that's the one. At least the one that the pseudo dragon or the lantern dragon that was watching us went and reported back to through my she sort of like kicks her feet under the table suggestion. Look, I didn't recognize who they were. It's fine. They're fine.
okay. The journey you went on just then with that whole thing is telling me it's not fine, but
Well, they are powerful and but you know, honestly, I'm just a bit nervous because now they might know about me. Not in a bad, spooky way, but in a, meeting your idols kind of way. It's. She shakes her head and just. I'd never think that anyone like that would be interested in my like. But no, everybody likes good gossip around here. It's fine. It's fine.
So if we need to spread, well, I guess disinformation, as long uh, most, well, some things here can lie. A lot of things cannot lie. We can lie. So I guess we could just lie to them about
No,
stuff to
no,
sabotage others.
I really can't. Obvious winks.
Mhm.
That's right. We can't lie. We are bound to tell the truth for as long as we are within these courtly walls.
I'm gonna need one of you to tell me which of these is true.
Yes.
So many right now.
One of us always lies. The other one of us
Mhm.
always tells the truth.
I mean,
That's
does
a lie.
describe
Everyone always lies.
it does describe Haza and Olvius fairly well.
Yeah.
I refer again to my sticky note that I have next to me of Haza asking for a second cup of tea.
Yeah. Look, first one is for chugging, second one is for sipping. A stupid ass decision I made early on that's just become a bit.
I love it. The tea shot.
So, as far as what to do, I guess tonight is at this point rest because it hasn't been a long day, but it's been eventful.
Mhm.
Olvius, I
Oh.
guess like you doing okay? What with the whole sort of opening of old wounds and also then killing someone?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had a little bit cooler head about it, but what's done is
Yeah.
done.
I mean, I will say that the way you went about doing it was probably the least bad of all. Certainly, maybe better than any of us would have done had we decided to do a premeditated killing.
Oh, I'm well aware. I've seen all of you do
Yeah.
premeditated killings.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I would have
I'm
announced
sorry,
it
what?
to
Yeah,
the.
Except
Godric
for
would have.
me.
Hold on.
Actually.
I haven't done that much premeditated kill.
We've fought lots of things,
Yeah, well,
right? Not all of them attacked us first.
I do remember what happened in the cellar. Okay, I remember. I'll never forget.
Cellar?
Eller?
Yep.
What
Well, that was
cellar?
before Finney was here, but you know,
Yeah, that
whenever
was
we
before
first
you-
got to the Baxium Tower, there was a whole thing about it.
Yeah, we
Oh yeah, that's
we
right.
straight up killed someone.
Mel
we
remembers.
we did
Right.
fix it. They got
Where-
better, I guess. But
And
I
just
put my life.
Why am I lost?
The half
remember-
Half
Oh
Moon
yes,
Tavern.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
the
The
comedy of
one-
errors that was the slaughter fest we made of the shakedown in the
right. I will
tavern.
also point out, I know, like, just as a this isn't a hey, I'm better than you guys sort of thing, but just as a general thing, like
Mhm.
when that all went down initially, I was the one person saying this isn't our business, we should walk away from it. Like,
Yep.
I'm just in case I'm being painted
I'm
as the one.
consulting my notes, but I'm pretty sure
Nope.
Torek was in the line of, I'm not a hero. Why are we intruding on this?
Oh, excellent.
You were as well.
Torek, I owe you apologies again.
Olvius was the most vocal with being like, not our fucking circus. Let's move
Right.
on by.
Right. Now, the part that Olvius does not mention is that after it was decided that we get involved and we started killing some people, Olvius was immediately like, kill everyone.
Well, there are
I-
loose ends.
Yeah,
I
do believe that factually the first person to throw a swing was Godric, and I think the problem is the throw Godric swung was a very, very big one, all at once. That was sort
Again,
of like,
that's, you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them if they wanted to, I
Like
came
Godric,
forward.
Godric's only got a cannon.
Yeah.
And it ain't made of glass.
Flex. Flex, flex. Johnny Bravo poses.
Ink swoon.
Okay, notes
Alright.
consulted. I do remember correctly.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then when we had them all incapacitated, it was always been like, we need to murk these guys. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
we need to
witnesses."
coup de grace these guys.
That guy's still alive, and then I think as we were debating, one of the guys bled out and died. And we're like, oh fuck. We had one guy tied up.
Right,
and the
y'all
other
were
guy-
like, oh fuck.
yeah. Because yeah, we had to go on a quest to fix them.
This is
Okay.
Time for a long rest or any breakaway conversations?
I believe Torek still wants to know what the hell we are all on the hook for now. What this thing is. The
Well, yeah,
item
I
that
mean,
we stole.
right, like Tor. Yeah, I'll message you since a bunch of people
Okay.
said they didn't want to know.
I do want to know.
Okay. But, well,
Deeply.
you know what? We can be adults about it. Like, I'll just say it, and those
Yeah.
that don't want to know
Yeah.
can predict. It's. He explains it's buried 20 feet under the tea house in Luskin. It's
cool.
in a. It's
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was
it's
going
a-
to say Torek's first response is, "Yeah, I probably should have expected that."
right. It's
Yeah.
it's in a
me.
lead box in a stone coffin 20 feet under. The tea
Beautiful.
house.
I love how how good of a caster Ulvius is.
Yeah.
He knows his shit.
Yeah.
He is the ultimate mage slayer just because he knows how their shit works.
Right,
Alright.
there is a sigil on it, right? So that if it is opened, like I'll be alerted.
Right.
If that lead box is opened, I'll be alerted.
There's a single landmine resting atop the box.
I don't know if this needs to wait till morning or not, but Caleb wanted to talk to me.
Yeah,
I
I
can tell you
think
exactly
he'll.
where to find him.
Yeah, I think that will. You know what? That could be in the evening, like maybe before you met up with everybody too.
Okay.
He was going to extend to you the offer of like he was going to try to give you a conversation with Lady Soraminx.
Oh.
So that if you wanted to have and she would extend the same offer to you as she had to Haza.
Oh.
He also though will tell you that Fae can trade in speed or fortitude, or in tool proficiencies and languages and skills, and that if you have interest in those things, he knows a few people who would purchase or trade abilities with you.
Do they want my light and medium armor proficiency?
That would be something you could trade.
Seriously?
Yeah. It would require something of like even even value. Like if you wanted to trade that away, think of what you maybe would ask for it. Does that make sense?
I mean, I don't know what I'd ask for outside of status. That's all I'm
Uh-huh.
looking to gain here.
If that's all you want, that's easy.
Okay, light armor, medium armor, shields.
Okay. I'll run up some math. I will give you guys your standing totals at the end of session.
And then I would have, had I talked to her, I would have immediately given away a spell.
Okay, all right. Which spell do you choose to gift her?
Oh, I thought it was a spell slot. Hold on, let me look at the spell.
It is, but like
Oh.
she gets permission to use a named spell from your list using the slot you gift her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, is she gonna use it against me?
Well, that would be totally up to her.
Ah, in that case, I'll let her have Sanctuary.
Okay, excellent. So that's a
I
first
can
level
still
spell.
cast that, right? If
Huh?
I give it to her, do I lose the ability to cast that spell?
No. Oh,
Okay,
actually,
cool.
you can use the spell, but you lose the slot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So a
Yep.
first level spell and Sanctuary.
Okay, awesome. All right, that will be 2 points. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't have any higher spells.
and I'll give you 2 points per proficiency that you just traded in. So how many was that total?
3.
3. Okay.
She can take my ability to speak common.
She could. She could. And then what?
Can't they? Everyone understand me? Isn't that what
You're
tongue?
right.
Yeah.
Technically, you could give up all of your language
Mhm.
proficiencies and it would
I'll
still
spend
work.
the
Well,
language, they can understand
You
language.
need to be able to speak a language in order to
Yeah.
have language of the sun. Yeah.
I think I'm
True.
gonna give up my ability to speak common.
Good God.
Okay. I love that, Doug. Are you fucking kidding me? That's awesome.
It is awesome.
That is awesome.
That's
now
so
you
Yeah, I
guys
mean,
great.
get-
everyone's speaking Goblin now, so why should I speak Common
If
anymore?
anything, now it makes even less sense that you guys haven't studied Goblin. So I believe you even less now.
Oh my god.
It's just
That's
amazing.
incredible, dude.
I'm stopping to look at my abilities and proficiencies and all. Godric cherishes his proficiencies. That's what's most
Yeah.
important to him in his life.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
There's other things to do for status.
Oh my god, wait, Doug. Fucking
Who hasn't?
Finny can no longer communicate with you telepathically.
What? Why?
Well, because the
'cause that's
telepathic speech
spoken?
requires the telepathic speech has to be in a language that I know and you know, and if you don't know common, then we don't have any other languages that overlap.
Inks can hear Finny's thoughts, but nothing that I think language of the sun happens to transcend this, fortunately.
Yeah, it does say learn to touch the key of other minds.
Yes.
Yeah, even though it is tongue of the sun and moon. I don't know. Yeah, I think it could go either way, personally.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny if we broke it, but I also don't think we'd remember that we broke it, so let's not break it.
Let's see what else I can give away.
Like,
Maybe
it
it's just
says-
weird when it comes through now.
It says like understand all spoken language and any can understand what you say, but it definitely feels like it means that in a like what you are conveying. Like
Right.
it
Yeah.
doesn't let you do it with written word because you're not
Okay.
you're not
So
body
it's
to body
writing.
with somebody. You're not soul
Yeah.
to soul with somebody. You know, that's what's important.
Right. So it's not like written language, it's just spoken and communicated
yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the telepathy wouldn't really be broken, but like she loses common and just can't read signs anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if I hand you a
Oh
letter,
wait! Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, you don't have literacy in every language.
Wait.
Wait, hold on. But here's the question. Would Inks have the wherewithal to even think about that, or does she just think that everybody has suddenly accommodated her goblin? No.
Hold on. I don't know if this is a good idea anymore.
I personally think that I don't think it would break the game to have this happen, and it's funny, and it feels very in character.
Well, I don't want to make her Panrin where she can't read.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, wait, was Panrin illiterate? That's right, he'd never tell. Never mind.
It was funny because one time I went to go do investigations into if a priest was good or not, and I was looking over all of his documents, and I'm like, wait, none of this makes sense to me.
Wait, I can't read.
um,
I'll give you a second pass if you feel like that's if it's your character. If you feel like she's got the
Uh,
wherewithal, I won't take that from you, but I will reduce the 2 points of status.
yeah, I'm gonna keep the comment because I want to be able
Okay.
to read.
Okay.
It's too much of a
Oh,
meme.
it's funny as hell. It was so
That's really
close.
funny.
Too bad I don't know any other languages. I mean, technically I know all of them, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Is it time for the long rest or anything else anyone doing? Okay. You guys can all take your long rest. I need to verify if I explained some of the rules of dueling season to you guys as far as how healing went. Did I talk about
Uh-oh.
that at all?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Okay. Then I don't want to use them. not in this play of this game. I don't think so. Um, in that case, you can all take your long rest, recoup any unforsaken spell slots, and those who wake in the morning who have dueled and been in combat are feeling like the weariness of the day before. But there is you are fine. You can restore to full health. Upon opening the doors of the tea house for however you may choose to exit, we can walk through that in a minute. Um, at the door, pretty much waiting, is a pair of silver dragonets, both illuminated internally, and one of them holding a folded invitation with a black wax seal that is impressed with a spider. It is extended uh, in its little claws to you.
May I?
Yeah, you can take it from them.
Yeah, maybe I'll take it from them.
All right. They chirp and then flutter away. And as it's in your hands and you're sort of rising, Finny, you see that into the commons of the arcade, where Arassian had been stationed yesterday, there is a standing cloth tent that is approximately the size of a stall, um, in black fabric with blue, very light blue and very dark purple bannering trailing over the sides of it. There are 3 minotaurs. One of them that is harried and heavy and coated in black fur, and the other 2 similar in size but of ghost white complexion. Um, they are the black one is speaking and decreeing out. Now that the door is open, you can hear this sort of repeated cry that the Inquisition for information on the missing viol player is ongoing. Should any information be known, please come to share. And you do see like some of the servants in the morning carrying laundry and food and things to the kitchens um, are kind of like eyeing that whole spot and trying to give it a birth.
Yeah. Uh, what does the letter say?
Mm. The letter appears to be addressed to the to 2 of the duelists from yesterday, noted as uh, those of fierce physical ability. Um, it is implied that this is Inks and Godric specifically. Um, uh, they are both invited to meet with the Grey Ladies at time of your own will. They will make they will see you when you come.
And is there a place designated?
There is. It is actually it is without side of the arcade. It is you getting to read this would know. Um, it is within what is called the lower halls of Senelise. It is a stretch of grounds that is prior to the city that is a lot of like it's like the suburbs of the courtiers. That makes
Mhm.
sense.
Right.
It's outside big city, but close enough to big city that they can do whatever they'd like. And it is also on the ground, which is important. Senelise is a city that is within the trees.
Right. Is everybody still around the tea house that
Yeah,
I
this is like
can?
early morning. You've just picked up the paper, basically.
Yeah.
Literally, you got the news and everything.
She'll duck back in and if whoever is around the like common area, she'll go and find Haza and Olvius specifically, if or rather Godric and Olvius specifically, if
Oh, well, I think Olvius, upon exiting the tea house and hearing the declaration that they're looking for information about the missing viol player, I think Olvius just walked right back into the tea house.
Oh, good. So you heard.
Heard what? I don't know nothing.
No, the Minotaurs. Good. Okay, good. Godric, Inks, I think I have a message from you for
Okay.
you.
Probably for us, because I didn't send you a message.
Sorry, this tongue is very, doubles up on itself. Here.
That tongue?
Inks grabs it.
Yeah.
The tongue?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go talk. I'm gonna
This
go
doesn't
talk
look
to a
double at
Fey
all.
lady. Enjoy the letters and the hiding.
Well, look, I
Isn't the
thought
letter about going and talking to Fey ladies?
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the lady.
Is Anya?
Very
Olvius, do you
funny.
want to go with me when I ask the question, or do you want me to ask and then come back?
no,
And we chat
I'm
about
happy to go with you, but I do think there's a pretty pressing concern that I still don't have an answer for. Like,
Mhm.
it was made pretty clear to me that I should not be acting unilaterally any longer, and
Yes.
it's pretty clear that people are looking for information about the missing viol player. What is our group position on that? What are we doing?
What VL player?
Got it. My
Yep.
default position. Understood.
Yes.
Our
And
alternative is what
ideally-
exactly? Go fess
I-
up?
Well, I mean, I can say I know exactly what happened to him, explain the situation, explain that I had a 25-year-old beef with this person and I resolved it, and then try and make restitution. If they're looking for residuum, I can give them residuum. And Olvius just starts pulling residuum out of his pockets.
Well, hold on. It's not the people after that are probably looking
look,
for.
you don't have to tell me twice. If the group's position is what viol player, I'm great at that. I would argue I might be better than anyone here at that. Right? But
What
it's
is
just
a
been
VL?
it's just been made clear to me. That's excellent, Godric. Well played. It's been made clear to me, and I agree, and I hear you, and I want to follow through on this, right? That I should not be acting unilaterally on this, and that I should treat you all as the friends that you are, right? And so I am deferring to the group to make a decision. It sounds like the decision is what viol player? Inks? Toric? Any objections?
Mm-mm.
Nope, I think that's a solid position. Also, I'm coming back to who knows what I've missed. So yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Great, great. Yeah, well, hey, so in that case, let's go find out if I can purchase you and Inks and anyone else who's interested some status.
Just make sure to give them a wide berth when you pass by, yes?
Why? We're just going for a walk.
Well, it seems like everybody else is too, so even if you're going for a walk, it doesn't mean that you don't give a feasting wildcat its space, you know? Right? Okay.
That
Have
yeah, I
fun.
mean,
Shall we go for a stroll,
Yes.
Haza?
indeed.
All right. So, anyone going? Anyone going with you two?
It's
Where
not
where are y'all going again?
to go talk
There.
to the I keep forgetting her name, but
Oh, the make a deal to trade your ability. Yeah, that one. No,
Lady Swarming.
Laser ranks. Yeah.
I'll go with.
Yeah, I'm getting stuff, right?
Potentially.
Yeah, I
Uh,
guess you technically do have to be with me, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really just showing up with with a squad for a fire sale. Gotta go get our
Nope,
bargains.
don't have attendance. Shows up with an entire posse the next
Yeah.
day.
I approach first to be like, I have brought my companions. I'd suggest Inks you. Well, I have a question, and then my friend here, Inks, has a bargain.
I do.
I assume so. Do you and Godric? I figured you'd want to go first.
I mean, she already gave me my stuff, right?
oh yeah. You've
Yeah.
you've done your deal. Yep.
Yeah, I'm here for Olvius to throw down for me.
Okay. Well, the question is, if somebody donates their power, can status be given to someone else?
They seem very amused by that, and express that that is certainly not seen, but they're delighted by the prospect and they are willing to participate and
Obvious
facilitate that
Obvious
exchange.
just chimes in. It's like, oh, so it's something new and novel.
He loves that. The barnacled knight just burbles out a laugh of salt water.
Same.
Cup of tea? Cup of tea? Anyone interested in a cup of tea?
Yeah, you can all hang out and participate in this exchange. So the base is a spell. One first level spell slot will be 2 points.
Okay.
One level beyond that will be just. Actually, hold on. I had that different. Oh, where did I put it? So many things. I said 10 for your max. Is that right, Haza?
You said 10 for my level 5 spell. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just doing it by twos. 2 points of status per level of spell slot.
And I assume
Writing that down.
it rounds down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not just the spell slot, it's the entire spell in that slot.
He gets to use a spell that you dictate, which only matters if you like that. That mechanic matters if you wanted to get a spell from another Fae. This would be how you'd specify. I need to find a Fae who can cast this, and
Right.
then you get access to that spell and that slot. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple spells in mind, right? I think what I will offer up is am I getting status for you as well, Godric?
No, I am not here for the Black Friday sale. I am just
Gotcha.
here to keep everyone safe.
Understood. Okay.
Not here for Flash.
Godric's just the mom who
Okay.
took the kids to the mall
Um.
for the new
Oh my
PS3.
God.
So
Oh my God. They're trading in all their video games for GameStop credit.
So I think what I'm going to do is give up 2 first level spots and 2 second level slots, right? A first and a second for each Inks and Haza, right?
Nice.
The spells are going to be Unseen Servant because I think that would be handy for them, right? Should they want a valet of their own for a little bit, and Levitate just because that's fun,
Fuck yeah.
right? In addition, right, I will ask her if she is interested in experiencing something that is truly unique and unusual for someone of her stature to have experienced. Would certainly be a unique experience for her.
Mhm. Please make me a persuasion check.
May I help out with this?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think so,
definitely
yeah.
gonna spend an inspiration on that.
I'm providing
can-
you a help.
Yeah, you can get
Okay.
one for free.
Yeah, I definitely, as part of the
Okay.
bargaining, I would be.
Perfect.
I already
Your
kind of
s-
have the in.
Right.
Your success here bumps your status a little bit as well. She's impressed by you.
Okay.
And she welcomes you to demonstrate.
Right. What I'm going to do, right, is explain. Look, this is, it's rather strong, right, and it does require some amount of trust on your part. So just to demonstrate what it's like and what it's going to be like, it's going to be an opportunity for you to really clear your mind, but in a deep way that you're probably not used to. And what I'm going to do, Haza and I are going to, I'm going to do it to Haza first so that you understand what you'd be getting into. Sound fair?
Very clever. And I'm presuming you're hypnotizing, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to use hypnotic gaze on
Awesome.
Haza,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
for like
You've-
2 minutes. Right. And while this is going on, I'll just be explaining, like, I can, as long as I stay next to you, right, I can maintain this for as long as you want. You have to submit to it. I'm not, I'm not doing this in an aggressive manner, but it is a very unique sensation and one that I'm sure you haven't experienced before, and I'm sure would be worth even more status for my 2 friends here.
I think you certainly, as an enchanter, know that Fae can be impossible to charm, but you are also a master enchanter and know that manipulating the weave would still feel like manipulating the weave, even if it doesn't work correctly. You're offering baby drugs. And
But a
I don't
unique
think
baby drug.
a very unique baby drug, and she also has her own knight beside her to ensure her own safety. So I think that she is willing to experience this, and your successful roll earlier will push your status, but will also gain you the success you have asked for as well.
Okay.
I'll just give 1 point more each to both of them.
Great. Right, and just however long she says she wants to experience it for, I'm not playing any games. We'll just
Yeah. I don't even think it really matters. Like, you could be here for a while. She may actually, she will call for you at different times during your time here in the arcade and ask for this again.
Yeah,
And
no,
she
that
will
sounds
pass
great.
it along to her friends too.
Yeah, that sounds great. Not at all, because Ulvius also thinks that gaining some favor might be necessary for no reason whatsoever.
And as you take a minute, as you are concentrating to kind of gaze out through a window out onto the arcade, you see more faces within the crowds that you had not seen there yesterday.
Okay.
You've bumped up. There's a lot of bumping up. Everyone's making good progress this session. In fact, your morning here, everyone, it feels, except for Finny, kind of. Finny, this feels exactly as it did last night with all of your friends and the Mike and Nids and such. But nearly everybody else is feeling that there are more people here. This place feels a lot more alive and not barren. Although you are noticing nobody is heading over to that Inquisition booth, and the guards are looking a little south. Um, Let me think. Is there any more to exchange with the Lady Soraminx?
Mm. So that was a net gain of 3 for me and Inks, right?
A net gain of 4 after Olvius's negotiated extra.
Nice.
You know, I think it's worth it, and I'm not going to give a spell slot, but I do, mostly because I do think it's something Hazer would do. I want to give the Mystic Arcanum 6th level scatter.
Ooh.
What?
Oh my god.
It's one of my highest level things. It's also a thing that is a direct gift in the sense that it's not a spell slot, so it's one of my more unique things. And in addition, my mission here is to gain status and trading power for that. If I think I can live without scatter, that's the move. This is just soldier brain at this point.
All right. Be keeping track of your days.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably should have asked this beforehand, but I'm not going to rescind anything. Are we giving this up permanently? Is there X number of days that we're giving this up for? Is it
30
just
days.
30 days?
30
Got
days.
it.
Yep.
Yep.
Which I think
Yeah.
was the same one I used last time, but that's because I stole that from this.
Next to that Mystic Arcanum, I put a -30.
Ooh, that's smart. That is a smart way to do it.
Well, luckily I have no other slots there. So at the 6th level slot next to like how much is there? I was like -30. Great.
Technically, I gave mine yesterday, so I should be at 29 days now.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is actually true because
So
the sun is what matters here. Yep.
that Mystic
Wait, I could have given
Arcanum,
up my common language for 30 days. I'm not gonna do it.
the Mystic Arcanum would get me up 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, how different does the world look with when I go from, I don't know, teens or something to the 20s?
When you and Inks leave this building, the two of you see something you do not understand within the canvas tent at the Inquisition.
Huh.
But your status is very high at this point, and you are seeing now the passage of courtiers, including what is evidently parades of passengers, people being carted from one part of the Fae to another through the path of the Arcanium. Many are at this point converging and traveling east towards Senelise.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, it seems that short term, I can see the playing field better, especially if I could see the Inquisition. If both me and Inks can see the Inquisition better now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will make sure everybody knows the power I gave over and give them a layout of how the world looks different. I don't know how different it looks from me to Inks, but I'll probably try to compare notes, right? So we could see
Mhm.
like what you can expect to see as you jump up. And to clarify, we both see the thing that we cannot understand over at the Inquisition tent.
Yeah, every
And
once in a while the breeze catches one of the flaps, and you can see that the inside of the tent is split into two parts, like a confessional booth of some kind.
uh-huh.
But there is a spot where the the one to the one the Inquisitor should be, but there is shape and mass that is making itself be obfuscated
Yeah,
even through the veil.
it's something way bigger that's like squishing itself down into
Yes.
this size.
Yes. It is
Okay.
fighting to fit and not be seen.
Yeah, I will with I guess in conjunction with Olvius. I I would like to take some time today then to quietly clock the movements of either that individual or the individuals like that individual.
Okay.
Basically, I'd be walking out and looking around, and I'd bring it back to Olvius because Olvius has a better like tactical mind for like, okay, you said it was here and here at this time. That means the thief shit,
Mhm.
like working it out.
Neat. Sorry, I'm making notes for myself. um, Finny, where were you headed?
Uh, the tea house dissipates once everybody's out, and Olvius unsets it up right when we all leave for this. Or is it still set up?
It stays together it stays up for like 24 hours unless he gathers up the tools. So if you guys want to keep the house here so you have a home base to come back to, that's allowed.
Up to
I'll
you,
do that.
Adam.
'Kay.
Okay. I was gonna say that Finny goes out and like and blah 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 blah. Man, I'm so bad with names. It starts with an O. The bear.
Oh,
Probably just
Gorval.
Gorval.
Or Simpson.
Yeah.
Or some. That's what the O's coming from. Yes, I'm probably just gonna go back into the tavern and sit next to him.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say or do with him specifically?
Maybe just ask like more about like how long it's been in the he's been in the Feywilds and how things are going out in the material plane, because if it's been less than 100 years, then she probably wants to know how things are doing.
Yeah. He has not been here for very long. He's only been here for about a week as he's traveling. Um, but he talks fondly of his alpine home, and it makes a quiet part of you ache to hear the homesickness that you have for a place that you don't remember and you don't. His home is not yours.
Um, although a quiet alpine little woods is precisely where she was at. I think just on the other side of the same mountain, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was. And you feel that like that longing that came probably at very cold nights when you were much smaller, um, that were usually those feelings usually pushed away by having work to do, and that's just kind of sitting in that memory for a moment as he revels in his own.
Well then, how long are you spending here in the arcade?
If I am successful in finding a worthy adversary, one that I can defeat, unlike your friend, I would hope to not be here more than a 10-day.
Hmm. Are are there people lining up to take your challenge?
I fear many are intimidated by my stature, though many of these little creatures, they are harder for me to fight.
Right, right. I've been walking around thinking I'm crushing pixies and things. That's so small. Anyway.
Perhaps you would be.
Kind of looks at you. The challenge is more of the request to ask, if that makes sense.
Uh, well, sure. Does he have like weapons and things on him? Like
Yes.
what's he packing?
He has a battle axe that you watched him beat Godric up pretty well with. He also has a killer jaw and a warhammer that is possibly like for an offhand, but you didn't see him do that at yesterday.
Hmm. Well, I I only fear that I have no honorable way to facilitate such thing. You see, most of my magics will not necessarily leave such healable wounds. They tend to rot very quickly, and that is not my aim. So, uh, we're of similar stature. We could, she, she sort of like, puts her fist into her palm a couple times.
He looks at you and says,
I would not wish to rustle you unjustly if it is not something you are accustomed to.
Hmm.
you can offer to do this, but your character understands she's coming in at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage here.
So it's not unheard of, but maybe there are some stakes that you can add, like if if you have shillelagh or such, like if it's something like that that sort of balances it out, then it is an honorable challenge.
I actually don't think that Finny took Shillelagh. I think this is the one druid that didn't take Shillelagh.
To be fair, you have a knife.
Yeah, she does have the sickle, which
You see, I only say that because I do not have any armor. This is the best I got, and after seeing what that thing did to Godric, I don't think I'm going to make it more than one round.
His bear laugh rumbles in his chest.
Yes, and I would be, while I rely on my friends to keep me safe, doing so in this context feels dishonorable. The air around around him like visibly sort of shimmers for like a split second.
He nods respectfully. He does not want to fight someone unworthily. He doesn't want to offend you or hurt somebody unnecessarily.
Well, how about this? I can fight you with weapons I am trained in, and perhaps you would allow me a moment beforehand to prepare myself some more sturdy natural armor, if that's okay.
I would only wish to have an honorable fight.
Great. Then, well, you look kind of tired, but I'm not sure if me and my friends will be here for much longer.
I will wait at the creek for the day. If you are still here and you wish to duel me then I shall be there.
Sure. Yeah, Finny will let him go, and at some point during the day, go and meet him by the creek with Pass Without
Alright.
Trace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And because you guys are going separately and meeting up and everything,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay, so you're welcome to do whatever sort of spell prepares you'd like to do for this, and then let me know when you're ready, and we'll have your little duel. Do you bring anyone with you?
Nope.
Nice.
Nope.
Oh, for the record, because I didn't want to interrupt, but I did
Go, go,
message
go.
you about it, Max.
Mhm.
I am using my. I'm gonna extend my run a little longer, but I'm gonna use my run with Ygragak as a cover for the canvassing, basically, for
Gotcha.
keeping an eye on the Inquisition folks. Essentially, I remembered that I promised to run with her, so we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And while we're doing it, it makes a way of calling a lot of attention to ourselves, but also making it like obvious when I'm like, "Oh yeah, look at you. Oh yeah, look at you.
Right.
You're looking at
Right.
us. I'm looking at you."
Yeah, you're just getting some exercise in,
Yeah.
like, very obviously.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt earlier when I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot the run." No,
It's okay.
my,
I would
my
not
bug
have
friend.
held that against you because Haza would not have forgotten that.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
I assumed when you said you were gonna do it, I just checked it off on it's
Yeah.
done. You know,
Yeah, I wanted to tie it in before we moved on.
appreciate it. Get it on the recording.
And now I can fade into the background.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think she is going to Barkskin, and that's it. Oh
Okay.
wait, I think also she is going to activate the Halo of Spores just because she gets temp HP and doesn't want to get fucking. It's about accuracy and not
Mhm.
about getting.
He is actually going to rest his battle axe and warhammer like off of the side because he thinks based off of what you've communicated with him, bear fighting with his claws and teeth is probably going to be more scaled to you.
You know what? Do I have any?
Do I have any? Damn, I didn't didn't prepare polymorph. Oh well. And I'm not a moon druid, so yeah, I guess this is going to be it. I'm
All
gonna
right.
have 16 AC.
Yeah, the two hairy giants collide.
Yes.
All
And
right.
no one's even there to see it.
It is a
Well, no
crime.
one you guys are aware of.
Yeah, Finn's gonna look through the trees and look for one of those silly lantern dragons.
Ooh,
Yeah, they
okay.
seem to be big fans of you.
Make me a
Or you and
perception
Ace,
check
honestly.
and then tell me what action. Actually, I'll give you the opportunity to make a perception check with a like performance check for this combat. To like
Alright.
get attention and perform for it. You'll
Alright.
just still take damage when the actual bear hits you.
Yes. Gotcha.
Okay. I like this. It's weirder.
I like it too.
Okay. When the 400 pounds of meat hits you, I've got a 16 and a 12 to hit.
Neither the 16 ties and the 12 does not hit.
All right.
Think
He
you-
had a
think you
nat
barked
20 in
again.
there, but he didn't make it. All right. That will be 11 points of slashing damage as he hits you. And you definitely catch the glow of one of the dragons, one of the dragonettes. But you also see the shimmers of the brush as other things are watching as well. But you are very low right now on the totem pole and cannot see very many people.
I love the idea of doing something clandestine and you are literally surrounded by people that you cannot see who are just watching you. Like, oh, look at that.
Yep.
Those two are
And
just
also,
wrestling.
that's the point, which is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you were in a public park and two people showed up and just started wrestling, and you're like, they must mean this. This doesn't feel like an accident.
And at the end, you're expected to give them a score.
Just being forced into.
Okay.
I'm done.
You're good. Finny, for the next round, he is going to attack you again, and you can attack in kind, magic spells, or you can continue with his performance. I think that 18 was a really hot fluke, though.
That was a really hot fluke. I think she is going. Can I cast a spell as part of the performance?
What spell is it? And then I'll see what roll it'll have to be.
Enlarge, reduce, and she wants to
Okay.
make herself bigger.
That's awesome. Yes, I'll make it another persuasion roll or performance roll, but at advantage.
All right.
He misses
Yeah.
on both of his attacks, but that is a good performance. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Hey,
she'll
dude, what's
she'll
happening?
she'll make herself even bigger and be like bigger than him and just sort of like lock up his attacks so they
Yeah,
don't hit.
you
Uh,
feel his like blunted teeth in you, like on putting pressure on you, and as you swell, his jaw is just forced open and off of you.
I think this last one is gonna have to be an attack.
All right, bring it home.
How many attacks? Is it just the one that I get?
Yeah, whatever your attack action is.
Then the one oh no.
Oh.
Choke. Wait, hold on. I have an inspiration. I'll
Okay.
use my inspiration. Moonsicle,
Okay.
don't fail me now.
Oh, that's good. Okay, you beat his AC. Why don't you roll me damage, including your giant's bonus?
Mode reduces. Sorry, I didn't. There it is. It's opened. It is a all dimensions. Sorry,
Isn't it just like an extra D4?
D4.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Moonsicle plus a D4. Perfect. So,
All right.
nice little 7 damage.
There is a shake in the forest as your large body collides with a heavy tree, and you use just the leverage behind, prop a foot against you, against that tree, and force your towering weight, now the first thing that this creature has probably wrestled that has overcome him in size, just swallowing like his form in shadow, and your glowing wicked sickle. When it is drawn, you hear gasps. And as it cuts through the air and into him, pinning him to the ground and holding him like anchored in the crescent of the hook, he yields for or not he not you make your attack lands. The end of this combat, points wise, he has beaten you, but your status has been affected as well.
Good, good. That is perfect. That is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to lose, and I wanted to look good doing it. That was best case scenario. Oh, well. Oh, thought. See, not so easy, was I?
He's still staring up to you, like paw extended in a well met.
Yeah, she'll help him up and dust him off and undo enlarge reduce so she's like eye level with him again.
Thank you. You have helped me very much.
Of course. I do want to finally see home at some point, wherever that will be, but it's not here, and I hope you a swift journey.
And you. Should I see you in the halls or beyond, know you have an ally with me.
Good, I'll be looking for you. I'm sure Godric would be very happy to see you too.
He grins and starts heading back towards the arcade. As you follow, you see you see yellow eyes of a goblin who is within livery. Very clearly like a rogue build, but someone who appears to be of class and stature. Is hiding from you. Your passive is high enough to spot them. But watching that entire fight, and as soon as you leave the clearing, starts scaling the trees, and then you lose sight.
Oof. Well, hopefully I don't have to worry about that later. Yeah, she'll walk back, keeping an eye out and keeping that sickle tucked away.
Okay. I know we're at time, but I want to check in with Torek and see what his plans for the day were.
Uh, real quick, since I had stepped away, what's going on with this Inquisition booth? Who is this? Who are these people?
Okay, there are 3 Minotaurs who appear to be hosting an Inquisition in questioning for the disappearance of the viol player.
Ah. Okay.
And me and Inks can see that there is something very weird happening that we can't fully, because we
Yeah,
can't see all
I
of it.
caught that part. Yeah, I got that part.
Some eldritch shit, some non-Euclidean shit is happening over at the Inquisition tent.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think in that case, there's not a whole lot Torque's planning to do. Just, well, I guess he suddenly finds himself alone because Finney walked off, and he's certainly not going to go to the people doing Fey deals. That seems horrible. So short of someone approaching him, he is just going to find somewhere to while away the time and wait.
Okay. Okay.
I think we discussed that there's no like vendor or forge or smith around last time. So yeah, I think he's content to just sort of keep an eye on the Inquisition tent from a distance.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a perception check? I won't make you roll stealth to hide or whatever. That's not a big deal. Jesus. Oh. Okay. I think that actually helps. I think. You purposefully are doing Haza was also scouting, but you're dedicating a little bit more time and practicality to it. And as you're drifting around for the half hour, so you do not see anybody enter. It does not appear that anyone has either noticed or is choosing to say anything about what has occurred. You do hear some of the Minotaurs talking. They are not enthusiastic about being here. But one of them tells them to be quiet or the teeth will hear you.
Quiet, or the teeth will hear you. That's surely not concerning. Okay, yeah. Just gonna chill and keep my eyes on him.
Okay. I think that is a good spot for session for tonight. And I will show you where you guys are with your status so far.
Oh yeah.